Hello, guys. Welcome back to Talent League. We are on day two of the season seven. Can you believe it? 7 seasons already with Talent League. I didn't know it was that long because I just got here last season. But I am Wumby, joined by my fellow co-caster here, Pyro. And
Hi
today
guys.
we have two matchups for you, one from the minors and then one from the majors, as per the recent format changes where we stream both the minor league games and also the major league games as well. And for the first game of today, since we are streaming the minor one first, we have our esports and esports. And then for the next match after that, we have LFO versus Vega esports. But I would like to start this off with introductions. This is Pyro. He is a newer caster, and I do want to start this stream off by asking Pyro, how is he today? How are you today? I don't know why I said that, but how are
I,
you
I
today?
am good. I am very good actually. I'm excited for today's game. It's gonna be an absolute banger. I mean, I was looking at some precasts before. There's some games that they've done in the qualifiers, and I'm excited for this first game. I mean, it's gonna be close. A very close one be. I mean,
Yeah,
if I had to separate them, I don't think I could.
yeah. And I feel that way as well. I do want to start this off with the community polls just for this game, since we are starting with it. For both of these teams, when it comes to which team will win or lose, a majority of the people who voted in this poll, which is 54.2% of the guys who voted in this poll, thought that ATEN Esports would win, and then for 37.5% of the people who voted in this poll, they voted for our esports to win. And then we have a small margin of people, 8.3%, voting for a draw. So not many people think this game will be close. We do see that a lot of people seem to favor ATEN Esports. They have a lot of fans out there, a lot of fanboys. And I mean, as for a lot of these teams in Talent League, I think I can think of a few of these rosters, QVG, Machine Soldiers Academy, they have a lot of fans as well. And it's no different with any of these minor league teams. But as for that, as I do mention the community poll, something that is also new this season beside the format changes is the fact that we do have our staff predictions set up as well. We have a few people from the Talent League um, roster that a lot of you guys may know. Some folks in there like Squishy, our director Trippin. We also have Safe, two in there as well as Uncooked and Jaeger, and also your favorite guy and me. But a lot of us actually got our predictions right yesterday. QVG winning their first game, grabbing the full 3 points, a dominant 2-0 performance over, I believe that was Tier 4 Gatekeepers. Thank you so much, Trippin. I appreciate you. Yeah, they grab a easy 2-0 win over T4 Gatekeepers. And as for Lawless versus Recognized Talent, um, we had kind of like a split thing. A majority of the staff voted for Recognized Talent, but it was a 6-6 draw because in the minor leagues, you can't go into overtime. But as I said that, we do have both teams being ready. So we're going to jump straight into the first map, which is Oregon.
I mean, Oregon's an interesting map. It's got default tactics that I see every comp team using. But I think there could be some interesting strats that we see. I mean, there's top floor in attic. Bottom floor is always a default site, but it's interesting to see how the teams will sort of adapt to these tactics, especially with attacker repick coming in. It'll be interesting to see how A10 Esports drones out and sort of predicts what Aurora's doing. But let's get into the map bans today. Wumby, what do you think will come out from the attacker sides here?
The attacker side on Oregon or just in general?
No, just for the bans, for the attackers' bans. I mean, we see Thatcher first, but I think of something sort of a Flores ban coming out here, maybe a Maverick ban. It depends on
Yeah.
how the teams want to sort of play around. Obviously, the
Yeah.
Maverick is sort of ideal for stopping. We see Jackal, but
That's
all
interesting. Yeah, that's that almost seems like a rank band, but yeah, Jackal's banned. That's yeah, again, that's pretty interesting. Apart from the Thatcher being banned, Jackal is a pretty interesting one because on Oregon, a lot of teams like to ban Flores, but since he's on the board, he's gonna bring a lot of destruction ability, a lot of util clear ability as well, especially with those Rotero drones. The only thing that can really stop them are the mute jammers. The Valkyrie band comes through. There's not really a lot to talk about there. Takes away a lot of intel from the defense. Same thing with Mira. Those black mirrors are very useful in grabbing intel, especially if you're trying to line up your shot behind it. And also if you're just trying to look to see who's on the other side of the wall. But with the changes to that, you can just crack it and then the person on the other side won't be able to see you. But I mean, uh, pretty average bands apart from the Jackal. I'm pretty surprised about that one. I'm not sure what the thinking is behind it. Maybe they want to go for a more aggressive roam on their defenses. Um, at an esports, but I'm not too sure what the thinking is behind there because you Boris, who is arguably stronger on this map than I feel Jackal is.
I think you were sort of correct with that sort of. I think more of like a sort of flank denial, but maybe the defensive side want to do more of a flank style. So taking out that Jackal almost sort of prevents the sort of late game roam, early game roam. So on defense, we do see a bottom floor site first, which is a good pick. We normally do see top floor, but it's almost sort of even between top and bottom floor here. We've got a Jaeger, a Cade. It's interesting. Cade is still in here. I mean, it's always a tough ban, not choosing Cade, but
5 seconds left before insertion.
obviously keeping Cade in. The hatches are going to be caded out here, and it's going to be very hard to get sort of hatch control in meeting.
I don't know if you saw that, but I thought it was like the Ethan and Pakumi just like looked to like use the attack and repick on defense, and I was so confused. But no,
Yeah.
so weirded out by that. I was like, what the hell is going on?
I was like, where's this coming from?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? They did make a couple of changes, especially you can add a space now in between the team's names. If you're trying to change the team's names in the UI, but I didn't know that until now because they added the new map in today, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, I thought that was a I just thought that was like a new change to the defenses. But you see where the take is going to be happening for ATEN Esports. You have your Sophia set up near this part doorway towards well, from the dirt doorway, the double doorway into tarps, and also, well, it doesn't really look like they have any direction towards this attack. Billy is set up near the first floor area near lobby. You have your Twitch on the backstage stairs, but no real pressure coming in from our esports. The first kill goes into Rosei's favor, though, as there is the opening kill this time for the defense, and that doesn't really bode well for the attack. You do lose your Twitch, you lose those Rotero drones, and the ability to clear utility with those, not the Rotero drones, sorry, the shot drones. But again, I mean, that's a man down as well. So ATEN Esports are going to start this round off with a disadvantage, but there goes the restart completely.
It's very interesting. Twitch has a very good gun as well, but it's very hard. It's very easy to get this first pick, and we see teams that get the first pick normally come out on top. Smoke absolutely just denying this Sophia from getting any sort of sightlines here onto Blue. A beautiful kill from Rosal here onto Billy. That is the LMG of Thinkagon, and also those stim boosts, which is just a massive important thing for late game sort of pushes, as you want the most maximum amount of health you can. Spino here drops down. Maverick looking to push onto Pillar. Does he see? He gets the kill. That is Spino get the kill on Rosal, but a trade-off here from the Y. But Y also gets a kill here onto Spino, and now it is a 3 versus 1. This seems like a solid Aurora round. I don't see what the Sophia can do here, and as you can see, easily killed off from Blue. A beautiful round there, 1B.
Beautiful round there for the defense. But again, like I said at the beginning, ATEN Esports didn't really have any general direction they wanted to go through. They did get the hatch in meeting the E-box hatch, and then you had players pushing down upstairs. The first kill going our Esports' way, and then after that we saw a trade from ATEN Esports, but then it just slowly started to go downhill from there. Again, not having any direct direction. Direct direction, but direct direction in where they wanted to attack, and it was a good defense, but a poor execute from the attack, if I might say. But I mean, they have a chance to rectify that. But I mean, this is still a really good site for the defenders. Second floor kids, as a lot of people would call it. And I mean, they have the ace. they do have the Maverick, so they can go for kind of like a split push from master bedroom and also attic and try and pinch the defense inside of the actual site. But it's going to be hard because RL Esports have shown that they can, even when they are pressured, even when they are
5
being
seconds
pushed,
left.
they can find holes and gaps in the attack and
5
just
seconds
kill
to
them
insertion.
in one shot. They can win their gunfights.
Yeah, that is a key thing on
Attackers
the
must
defensive
locate
side
and
that you do
defuse
look
the
for
bomb.
winning gunfights, because you can have all the setup in the world, but without that key gun skill, you're just going to lose rounds. So it's interesting to see how ATEN will change their attack. As we saw last round, it was very sort of scuttered. As you said before, the split take is the main take. We do see the Zofia and Maverick going for that tower side, and the other 3 attackers going for the sort of bedroom take here. Now this is interesting. A Russian from the Yana, he gets tagged down onto Wamai, putting him to half health. But the thing could just boost Yana back up to near full health. That is a very good start, and it's interesting here to
Yeah,
see
I
it. Sorry, you can go.
was gonna say that was a missed opportunity from Keener. I'm gonna just call him Keen. From Keen
Bomb
Ayana,
located
the
by
first kill
attackers.
going into our esports this way. That's Ethan grabbing a nice shot onto Slay, slaying him, and Esther Sophia down. And you also lose not only do you lose the LMG, you also lose a lot of utility on a Sophia. She within changes, especially as of recently in the new patch that happened today, you get 2 claymores, so you not only lose those, but you also lose the impact and concussive nades that the Sophia does bring, and you also lose a body at Esports. Again, not having any real general direction of where they want to take this attack. There goes a trade, this time from Keen. I said he had a missed opportunity, and there he goes to rectify it. It's a grenade kill onto Zuki, who was already lit up Keen in the very first round, so he gets that kill and confirms that there goes a grenade from below, but a minute and 20 left to go for ATEN Esports on this attack. And I mean, to be fair, like I said, they don't really have any general direction they want to take this, but I mean, they have a good setup. They have Spina in attic with those Maverick holes. He could make a play from there, but and you also have Kina on this Ayana who could do a lot of work on what looks to be the kids' windows repelled.
It's interesting because they've rotated their entire attack around a double window here. You do see Billy coming up white here, and he does get a kill. That is 3 trades coming off quickly on Kids. That is Kids' window down. The plant's going down in Hobo. Billy is going to cover the plant here. Can he cover against 2 people? Yes, he does. The plant goes down. We're now in post-plant. It is a 1v2. Mute is on very low health. He's trying to work his way around with that SMG. I don't think this is going to be winnable here, just with that low health. And we do see Billy get the beautiful kill there with Finker. I'd say that is a very good round for the attack. It started off very shakily, but they rotate their push around, got the frags onto white, got the frag from that Kid's window repel. It's unfortunate that he pushed in thinking that it was safe and just got picked off easily, but that allowed them to sort of get the post plant down, which I think was a good recovery from ATEN there.
I was gonna say, I mean, from eight in there, like I didn't feel like
protect
they
your
had
bombs from being
any
defused
general
by
direction
attackers.
in their attack. I said that so many times, but like also, like you said, it was kind of like a very scruffy attack, but they made it work because they at the end of the day they got really aggressive and into R's face, and R just couldn't deal with it, and they lost their gunfight. I said it like it looked like even on that basement defense last time they can win their gunfights. They've proven that before. They can force you into their own lines of sight, and they can easily take your heads clean off if you just walk into those line of sights. And
10 seconds to insertion.
it didn't work for them, and it sucks. But I mean, again,
5
they're gonna
seconds
go
remaining.
back to the second floor. They have the smoke and play along with the Aruni, and also
Attackers'
the
objective is to
Malusi.
locate
No
a
real
bomb and
changes
defuse
to
it.
their lineup apart from Suki being on the Malusi in a trade of the Womai, which I think is, I mean, it's not that it's not that big of a deal. You do trade the Womai disc for the Banshees. The Banshees slowing the players down with the Womai disc, doing the same job as a ADS would, which is just kill off the throwables and all that stuff. But the first throwable is going to be wasted by Kina, as it looks like he did a bit of damage on to the roots of Pokamoo.
think it's interesting because the Melusi can also be used as sound. If you put it on your sort of attic, you can just watch and listen to the sound, the cue when they're pushing down attic here. The Melusi roam here. It's interesting to see if it'll be interesting to see if he can get any picks here. They're playing double in meeting. It seems like it's going to be a meeting cold here, trying to prevent the tower push or sort of pressure that tower and attic push that we do see from the Maverick and the Ash here. 8 Billy though is already up. Armory stairs here, and the breach is already open. That is very poor defending. I think the fact that the breach is open that quickly is a very big disadvantage. Wouldn't be.
Yeah, the only thing they have to deny the hard breach is the mute, and with the changes happened so long ago, but with the changes to mute, you can't really mute off a whole wall like you used to. You just set like you could just set your mute down, and then you wouldn't really have to worry about it. You just have to worry about pressure from below, like what Suki's doing here, having a nice angle from below meeting onto that attic wall where the Maverick of Spino is sitting. But you don't really have that. The Kaid is in play, so I'm not too sure why we don't see that being picked from our esports on this defense. But I mean, for the most part, ATEN esports are the only thing that's really slowing out ATEN esports are themselves. The first kill is gonna go their way. I mean, taking their time, setting up how they want to do this attack. This is. It says take a long time to set up your attacks, but yeah, boys, getting down the plant. Another couple of kills going Keena's way. 2 for Keena as he grabs both of the our esports players. Suki with the trade back, though, a 3v2 main event for ATEN esports. Still, it's the Melusi of Suki and Pakamu Mute who has to fend off these last 3 attackers. They only have 25 seconds left to do so. See the rotations coming in. He doesn't look behind him though, and that's yeah boy with the frag on to his back. Suki from down below is gonna make the rotation from kitchen all the way up the white stairs, but they know exactly where he's coming from because they're already shooting there and there. Yeah boy with a double.
That was a beautiful execute there from ATEN, just managing to get in and get the plant down very early on into the round and just set up crossfire after crossfire, preventing Aurora from getting the retake. And I think the fact that Aurora had 2 people off site there, so it was technically a 4v3 on site, a 5v3 on site, and they got those 2 early picks. I think that just made ATEN having a beautiful attack there, and it just cemented that round for ATEN.
Yeah.
Defenders protect
I think I said it when the round was like already like going on, but like they were taking a little bit of time and how they wanted to set up their attack. And I didn't say that. I wasn't saying that in a negative way. Usually on Oregon, attacks happen in like the last minute 30 seconds usually. And that doesn't mean that it's like a bad attack. It just means that you're just setting up how you want to do this attack. Whether that be with hard breach, you're removing utility out of the way so that you can get hard breach to work with, or even if you're like removing ADSs so that you can finally get your nade kills and stuff like that. You're setting up drones for flanks and all that stuff. Like it takes a long time to do that on a big map like Oregon. But ATEN esports over the last 2 rounds that they've won, it has been on that second floor, and our esports know this, but the basement site is open back up for them. And the last time they went there, they won this one comfortably, so they have a good chance of winning again. But a difference that I'm seeing for ATEN esports, and we're spectating him right now, is Slays on the Flores, and they didn't bring him for the last 3 rounds in a row, apart from right now in the 4th round, and that's gonna bring a lot of utility clearance for them. Keena using his human drone ability to scout someone out, but he is gonna be shot from behind on that drone from the cruiser stairs. 2 minutes 20 seconds left to go for the attack. There's some pressure on the backstage stairs for Suki, and he's gonna have to converge off of that and push down into Harry Potter.
I think the Flores is a key thing for Smoke, because Smoke was a massive thing for that first round that Aurora won. But that is the Cade off the board. Now Cade is an operator you can kind of use, because all his sort of utilities used in the prep phase. So it's not a bad loss. It is 1 man down, but it's not that bad of a loss for Aurora. And speaking of Aurora, getting the refrag there, Billy also getting the trade off there onto Ethan's. It is now a 4 versus 3. I can't quite see where the attack's coming from. Is it coming from meeting? They're getting meeting hatch, but there's one all the way over towards freezer side. They need to sort of reconsolidate and push at the same position, especially when it's a 4 versus 3 at this moment. Would be.
Yeah, missed opportunity there for Billy, and probably another missed opportunity this time for Slays. I don't even know how Silky's alive in this position. He's like running back and forth, and he's been exposed. I'm not too sure. Ooh, that could have been a nice little headshot from Razy, but I don't think he saw him. It's just the outline for us spectators. But here goes Razy holding this angle. He's gonna get shot down as he looks away for a second. I'm not sure if he's already in that angle. I don't know why he looks away, but Razy is gonna get a nice headshot. The plant to go down. Still with another, this ATEN Esports attack is falling apart, but there goes Billy with the reflag, making the man count even between both teams. The LMG doing wonders, and a drone from Billy. It's a 2v1. Billy on a quad. He could potentially get himself ace, but no, there goes Spino to steal it from him, and it is at ATEN Esports round 3 times in a row have these rounds been won by ATEN Esports, and 2 rounds in a row have they been on the second floor. This time it's happened on the basement, and we look to our sports to see where they go to net, and it looks like kitchen dining.
I'm just amazed from Billy. That beautiful 4K with the Thinker LMG. He's just changing it. He's just changing it up for ATEN, winning those gunfights, and just it's amazing. I'm blown away with me.
They need to nerf them. I mean, there you go. They need to nerf the LMGs. That's all. I don't
All
think
you
I
do
need
is
to talk.
hold mouse 1. Just hold mouse 1 and you get kills. They just line up you.
They don't, the LMG just doesn't move. You don't have to move mouse at all. Like, you don't have to just, like, drag it down. You just aim. And then that's it.
Aim and click. Aim and click.
Aim and hold down left click. And that's exactly what Billy did. I mean, that drone hold kill was amazing. I like that, the awareness from him to spot that out. But other than that, it's 3 rounds in a row for ATEN Esports, and our Esports, like I said, they lost 2 on the second floor, and you could have counted down to them just not being a good second floor defense team. They tried to go down the basement where they won it really well the first time. This time they lost it, and now we see them in kitchen dining. And a couple of changes, especially with the Maestro. I think I've said this. I don't know why I said that. I haven't said this before, but with Maestro, I haven't seen him a lot in comp play as of recently. I mean, you do have. I feel like I wouldn't really say better intel ops, but better situational intel ops.
I think it's just effective deployable cams you can use on different ops that have that extra utility, you know, that kind of does that job of Maestro.
Yeah. Which is interesting, because he used to be like, even when his gun was kind of like nerfed a little bit, people were still, even before his gun was like nerfed, a lot of people were like picking him, and it was crazy. His pick rate was going crazy, just like how that shot was absolutely nuts from Rose. A nice little headshot through wall into Billy, and that's the Finka down. No more adrenaline surges, no more nades, and Billy is also out. He got a quad kill last time, now he's not going to get a kill this time. Our Esports finds the early man advantage, and it's now left boy on the second floor. He's gonna have to defend against Rose, but also another player on the second floor. He gets 1, so there goes the trade, but he has to find the other. Ethan, I think Suki is on the second floor with him, but there goes Sil.
Talking about that LMG, what a beast. I think just LMGs on this game is a massive advantage. Now we do see Boy. I think Boy's pushing by himself onto that Jaeger. Ethan there getting a kill onto Slayers. This looks like it's going to be an Aurora round here. Splino and Boy, all the work to do. There's one playing on white and one playing on kids. Boy has to get a drone out, but the fact he doesn't have any drones is a massive disadvantage here. He has to go in, face swinging, and with diffuser. If Boy dies, this will be game set match. He's opened a wall to sort of use as a sound barrier here. Sort of fake. Will he get the kill onto Jaeger? No, misses his shot slightly. Takes damage. Jaeger does, down to 50 HP. Splino is now coming up to help his teammate of Boy. Ethan gets the kill onto Boy. It's now at 4 versus 1. What can we do? Splino gets the kill down onto Jaeger, and Ethan clears it up for a beautiful round for Aurora. It's just that top floor hold, I think, or this bottom floor site, just holding upstairs is the key to that site for me. It's just how you play that site.
Yeah, you mentioned it briefly, yeah, boy, not having any drones, but I did want it to bring the attention to the drone economy of at esports. Just not really good enough, especially when it comes to. I don't even really think they gathered enough intel to push onto that second floor. That's how Billy really died in the first place. He got
Defenders,
hit,
protect
shot
your
through a
bombs from
wall,
being defused
and he
by
didn't
attackers.
really take note of Suki's position up in attic, and that's exactly what got him killed. But other than that, again, the drone economy for Adney Sports just wasn't the best, nor was the intel
Attackers have
gathering on that
discovered the
second
location
floor.
of a bomb.
And that's
Yeah.
where most of the attack really fell apart, was on that second floor. Billy dying, and then I think there was another player dying
4
by
people died on the top
um
floor.
yeah,
That,
by like big tower or something. It just
yeah.
wasn't really that good of a tag compared to the 3 rounds in a row that we saw at Esports
10
draft.
seconds
Those
to insertion.
3 rounds that were just really dominating from them on the attack. But I mean,
5 seconds left
they're
before
gonna attack
insertion.
basement now because that's where our esports wants to go. They're 1 for 1 on this
Attackers are
site,
moving to
1 and
defuse the
0
bomb.
on the kitchen dining, and then just 2-0 and
I
2
went
for
to.
the second floor. But I mean, they're going to a more favorable site for them. They don't want to go back to second floor. They learned their lesson. They're adapting, and their way of adapting is just not going there. They're not gonna really change. They're not gonna go there and change anything. They're gonna just go to
Oh
site. Oh
no!
my God, the timing! And there goes Ethan to grab a kill on final. That's the Maverick down, and no frag grenades, but also the ability to not even hard breach. You won't be able to get those hatches inside of meeting or even in lobby, but I mean that's what the Habana is there for. So it doesn't really matter anyways. The main thing though is that our esports grab that early mid advantage.
Say something about Kinurse. I think he's literally got into the power positions every round so quickly. I mean, he was top white last round in a minute. Now he's in stage. In let's say he was there for 30 seconds, getting control quite quickly. We'll see what he's able to capitalize here. We do see one on pillar. Yes, that is Razai here. He has got 4 and 5 currently. I do think Razai has the advantage. Obviously, with that hard cover, it's very hard to swing around for the position of the Yana and get that kill onto pillar, as pillar is a pivotal point for this site here. And we'll see how ATEN sort of clear out blue, clear out pillar. We do see them rotating for a freeze push. We do see ATEN almost go for one side of a push. They always go for a scrappy one half of a push, and then rotate around for a different side. So they're going for more of a freezer main push here. They started off going tower side, going blue side, and now they're going for the main and the freezer, which I think is almost a 50-50 take for each side. It's a lot easier, obviously, with this hole here. If you get control on freezer to get sort of kills, the grenade here doing big damage to the cage. What a grenade, can I say? Going through. I think that landed on the open door. Wouldn't be. I think that did.
But we're approaching the last, and at esports are getting a little bit uneasy. You see them kind of converging on this defense. Pressure's a little bit overwhelming for one our esports player. Ethan going down to Billy. 40 seconds left though. Again for LA Sports, this attack will grow restless. They will start to pile onto some pressure, and it could be to their own demise because they're not really paying angles these are esports players are holding. There goes Billy down, and Billy has been going absolutely nuclear for any sports. So that's a huge pick for Aura. But 20 seconds left for the attackers. Sledge is in a corner angle. There goes Yeah Boy
left.
on a swing. He does have diffuser, so he has to go in there and start a plant off. But there goes a tight angle, and it gets caught out by Yeah Boy.
Attackers bomb the
Plant
diffuser
Kina
hatch.
gets one. There goes Slade. There goes another for Suki. There goes the. Oh, he has to push him, and he can't find the last kill. It's a little bit laggy on my end, and I action, but that is an R Esports round just off of the skin of their neck.
I think if they had a second more, I think ATEN would have won that round. I think from the point I saw, he literally had his bullets as it hit zero, hit his sort of body area. That round, it was chaotic. Everything happening the last 15 seconds. I mean, I was trying to keep up with it one at the same time you were, and I was just lost. My brain was melting. It was insane. I mean, it was a 4v3 going into the kill coming on from the
Attackers need to
Hibana,
locate and defuse
and
bombs.
it just immediately went down to a 1v1. That is the sort of round you love to see as casters. The sort of quick trade off, kills going everywhere in the last 15 seconds. Now, ATEN, it's interesting. They've gone for a top floor site. Aurora did have a good time. We had a mixed time going top floor, 1 and 2. Let's see how ATEN will adapt. They do bring out the Thunderbird, the Smoke, the Alibi, the Maestro, and the Melusi. Now, there's interesting about this lineup is there's no sort of wall denial for the main double or towards Attic one B, which it might be interesting to see how that will play out.
I'm reloading.
Attackers are
Yeah,
moving out to
I'm
locate
not
a bomb and defuse
too
it.
sure that's the way to play this fight. You do need some wall denial. I mean, they're gonna get it anyways. I feel like you could go with like some trap ops, some utility that slows down the attackers. But I feel like you need some denial. That mute was in for denial walls before, but you also have Chai using the board as Keener. He's he's so aggressive, and for what he's like hanging around this meeting doorway, and if he peeks this again and dies, that's his own fault for being just really aggressive for no reason. He's gonna try and peek it again, and if he gets a kill, it could really pay off, but he's gonna slow down for now and just make our esports know that his presence is there for now. The Ying pick though from our esports is very interesting to say the least. You have those Candelas on the board, and then I think this was a long time ago, but they gave her smokes, and that's again paired with her flashes is just extremely good. Pressure's gonna mount from all sides though for ATEN Esports. You see this, it's kind of like a split take, a trophy / master bedroom take / attic take. Grenades flying through, the pressure may be too much for the player playing an attic, but the first player to fall is actually not going to be one of the defenders. It's going to be on the side of the attack. There goes Ethan to go down to Billy, but there goes the immediate reflex. Suki reading that flank perfectly, grabbing Kina, and it's a nice kill from him. Minute and 20 left to go for the attackers, and here comes a little sneaky sneak from both the Maverick and the Ying. There goes the Ying to make some noise with those Candelas removing utility. As she goes, but they don't take into account that Kina's right below. There goes a kill, but Slays there to grab the reflex. Paco grabs, I think that was actually Keenan, and it's down to a 3v3 between both of these teams. Oh, he killed Slays. Oops, yeah, that was Slays, not Keenan. For some reason, I thought it was, but I digress. It's a 3v3. There goes the smoke canisters to go out in order to slow down this tech for now.
I think it's the 3v3 at this point is definitely in ATEN's area. They haven't fully got breach open here, Fana, but they are into sight. This is it. What are they doing? 3v1. Aurora's just took this round for the win. Just went into sight and was that a triple kill from the Maverick there?
I think it was.
I mean, he just walks into sight. I mean, I take over the casting and I just see the Yana in sight, and I'm like, where's ATEN? I mean, it was going perfectly for ATEN there, getting the frag onto Attic, getting the trade off to a 3v3, breach not even open, and they just sort of crumbled at the last minute. Aurora getting the beautiful play from Aurora, having the awareness to sort of almost push into sight and get these frags easily while ATEN is caught off guard. Well, given that last round was sort of a hit and miss, they have gone to the same site, and Billy is already down to half health. It won't matter as much though as there is a Thunderbird, but I mean, they've gone for, I think that is the same lineup, apart from the Cade has been replaced, has been put in for the Water Nile, as we were talking about, which I think didn't matter much for last round because they only got half the breach open, and obviously you can't stop the Attic because there is a Maverick, and that's why a Maverick ban on this, that's why the Jackal ban maybe came out, as they wanted to play Maverick and sort of get this control quite easily. But for the attackers, we also do have Yana, a Finker, Maverick, Ying. The Ying again. Now, it's interesting. It will be interesting to see if Ying will be picked every single round from the. I think it will, you know.
Yeah, I mean, she brings a lot of.
Oh
my
no.
God! Never mind. She's not gonna be useful. in this round, but I was gonna I was gonna
located
talk
by
about how
attackers.
useful she is and how like overpowered she can be if teams decided to pick her more, but teams don't, and so that's why you don't see her picked a lot, and that's why you don't see. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about her as much, but I feel like she can be one of the more overpowered operators if people just pick her more inside of comp. She has the flashes. Her Candelas don't affect her, but they affect everybody that's in the vicinity of it, even if you do turn away. She has smoke. She has the hard gadget. As you see, Ethan cook up a nade to try and root some utility on that bedroom wall, but she can't. She's such an OP operator if you use her right.
Oh,
Keenan
too
just.
aggressive.
I don't. Keenan just getting a little bit too aggressive there, biting off more than he can chew, and he gets quickly taken care of by Ethan. There goes another kill, this time for Suki. Billy getting a little bit over aggressive himself, jumping out of White Stairs window, but not finding anyone, so he jumps right back in. But they know that he's in that vicinity because once you jump out, they can see you. But here comes the grenades to sail right on in. They haven't gotten this attic wall, curiously enough, because that Kai call is in the way, and they haven't gotten it yet. And I think even if the Maverick were to Maverick that wall, they would get damage from it anyways. So no, they don't. Sorry. Oops.
Yeah, it depends
There
how
goes.
close you are.
Yeah, but he wasn't that close. But there goes Billy. Gets a kill on to seal, and that takes out the other hard breacher on this R Esports side. So that makes Pakamu the only hard breacher on the attack for R Esports at the moment. A minute left to go for R Esports as they actually make this work. Somehow their other hard breachers gone, so they can't get that master bedroom wall. So Suki's just gonna move right into Trophy, take master opponent, and get a kill. And he could find himself a second. Smoke grenades come out though to slow down his attack a little bit.
Yana did drone out the player playing on white here, so they do know where both the players are. So I want to see how the Aurora will play this. Will they rush in? Oh no, they're going for an attic window, but yeah, boy is so close. If he brings out that shotgun as well, he will get a free kill. Grenade coming out, and yeah, boy just misses his shots, and that is the game. I didn't even get to commentate on the rest, but I mean, the attic player got killed, and they knew the player was white, so I think that was a well-executed round. Well, a well-executed late game round there, going from a 3 versus 2 to a 2 versus 1. I mean, yeah, boy, and the player on attic was a very sort of wavy fight there,
Yeah.
missing some SMG shots. But I think I would have put the shotgun in that case.
Yeah,
And
that's why I was gonna say I was so
Defenders,
confused why he
protect your
just
bombs
didn't
from being
switch to the
defused by
shotgun
attackers.
and wait for the Maverick to just push in. Because in that gunfight, you have the advantage. If you're worried about maybe someone pushing in from behind you, you have teammates inside of games watching the trophy push. They don't have a hard breacher, so they can't get the master bedroom wall. So all you have to do as a team is watch where they could potentially go. You have a player on white stairs. You have a player near that trophy area, near the games. They can watch that trophy entrance. A player could watch if there is a flank or a rotate coming in from the attackers on
10
white
seconds
stairs.
to
And then
insertion.
all you have to do, since you know that there's a player jumping in through the attic window, since he can't
5
get
seconds
the attic
remaining.
wall, you just you pull out the Mossberg and you just
Like-
wait for
Must
him
locate
and
defuse
just
you
the
just
bomb.
bolted
boom.
into
Yeah,
existence.
you
He just deletes him.
you dome them. I don't know what you. I don't get that. They could have been easily clutchable from an esports. Our esports making that work is amazing for them, but again, it could have worked out.
Oh,
What the
why are you
hell is going on,
sprinting?
Keenan? What are you
Why are you
doing? Why are you
sprinting, Keenan?
sprinting?
Why are you running? He is so aggressive. I think every round he is in the first minute in running round. I mean, if he would have just waited one more second, that would have been a free kill there. That is, I mean, especially because Aurora's 5-3 up at this point. One more round. If they get this round, they secure the draw at minimum. So ATEN needs to play a bit more passively here if they want to get this win. But from the attack side, we do see that Flores coming out to clear off this smoke player. So it will be a lot harder for Smoke to hold this blue side. But I don't think they're even going for that side of a push. They're going for sort of a mixed push here. Let's see if Billy will get the kill here. He does get some damage onto the Thinker, but takes a lot of damage for his troubles. Now, that is the main player for ATEN. 11 and 5 so far. He's already down to half health, which is a bit worrying on the side of ATEN. We'll have to see some of the other boys step up here.
Yeah, I feel like Keener dying the way that he died, it just kind of screwed them up a bit because you lose a man. Not only do you lose a man just to like unneeded over aggression, he could have, I guess he could have gotten himself a free pick. I get why he did it, but at the same time, I really don't. I feel like it was
Bomb
very
located by
unneeded. That's a very high risk, low reward type of thing, and it didn't work out for him for various reasons. That's not a gunfight that you can win against an attacker like that.
Oh.
It's just like this. Billy just runs straight into Tarp, right into Rose's line of sight. There you go. It's another kill for our Esports, and they're making it look easy. It's a 5v1. This could be a flawless for the side of our Esports, and it is. And 6-3 score, no, 6-3 score line
6-3.
as they approach match and map series point, because we don't do a best of 2, we do a best of 1.
Can I just say something? I don't get why A10's being so aggressive. I mean, 2 people from their team got caught sprinting. I mean, normally in Siege, you don't sprint that much, especially when playing at sort of higher levels and in comp. You don't want to sprint around the map. It causes sound, and you can be caught off guard, like Billy was there. I feel a bit more sorry for Billy, as he was sort
Attackers
of
need to
caught off
locate and
guard
defuse
running
as
out.
many bombs as they
He
can.
was still running out, but I mean, Keener, I mean, will he go? I'm betting he will go for the same thing again, going for that more aggressive play Swarm would be. I mean, I don't want to see it. I want him to play more passive now that they are in trouble of losing this match, but I haven't got my hopes up here.
Yeah, I think I felt like that round they were just, I want to say they were triggered, but I think that's how they've been playing over the last 3 rounds on their attacks.
5 seconds.
And if they don't find a way to fix it, this is going to be an
Attackers
easy win
must
for
locate
our
and defuse a
Esports.
bomb.
And the reason why I say it's going to be, for the last 3 rounds in a row that we saw our Esports win their attacking rounds, it has been easy attacking rounds. And it's made easy because ATEN Esports are getting needlessly like necessarily aggressive, and it's not working out for them against teams who don't normally win their gunfights. This could work in their favor, but it's not, because our Esports can hit their gunfights, and can hit their shots, and they've shown it throughout this entire matchup. And every time they want to do something, they're getting shut down. Keener inside a bathroom, who's not had the best of games so far, at least not on his path, is going to be the first kill for our Esports. But there goes a immediate trade for ATEN Esports. But it looks like we
Blaming it on the lag. Oh no.
Never mind. But you see Billy on top of the white stairs, not really trading a little bit of damage, hitting some shots on, I think that was Ethan, but not having any damage done to him, apart from there was damage done to him, but it was like way early. But minute 50 for the attackers to go, and they've already gotten their first kill, but ATEN Esports get a kill back, and there goes another, this time for Spino, and he finds the main advantage for ATEN Esports. This is good for them. They're playing aggressive. They're playing the game that they usually play in their defenses, and they're also playing for trades. And once they get a kill, you see them immediately rotate out of there instead of staying in the same position that they usually do, which is good. You see them moving around the map. They're being aggressive. They're shutting down what our Esports want to do on their attacks now. And now that our Esports are trying to drone, they can't really find these ATEN Esports players to find the necessary trades that they want to, and it's slowing them down quite a lot. There goes a player on the back on the big tower stairs, but they're not going to really be confirming that kill because they're too far away from him.
I mean, the fact they have sort of adapted to the playstyle of Aurora is promising at this point. That's it. I want to see how Aurora will deal with this 4v3. They haven't really sort of got any sort of map control. They haven't cleared the guy up white yet, Freezer yet, and you can see what happens there as Mozzie gets a free kill with the Nitro, and now it is a 4v2. This is looking like an A10 round. Maybe the start of a comeback here. We will see. Now, Packer, I think it's called. I'm trolling already. Is peeking onto Freezer here, trying to sort of get a pick back to make it a 3v2. We do see that dual sort of push. They're going to push at the same time, trying to get as many
seconds
picks as we can. Seal just peeking around, trying to get back. Paku gets the kill. It's now 3 versus 2. We will see what happens here. Seal pushes in, 1v3. This looks like a round here for ATEN. Put it down to 1v2, and that is a 1v1 and a beautiful closeout here on the side of ATEN. That is 6-4. What a game. I mean, the aggressive plays worked for them there, but they have to be careful. They have to sort of play for the refrags here, sort of not get too aggressive. It's almost a balance, 1B. It's a hard balance to get correct at this sort of level.
Yeah, I mean, in that round, they made the aggression work. They didn't. What I liked from them that round was the way they kind of played that as a team. The first kill did. Oh my God, I kind of tabbed out. Sorry. The first kill did go in
Attackers need to locate the
Esports way, and then there goes the immediate refrag from Esports. And once they get that refrag, they find another. But before they even got that other kill, we saw them kind of like rotate around. They wasted a lot of our esports' time, and when our esports were trying to capitalize on the good intel gathering they've been playing on their attack, they couldn't really do that because ATEN Esports' rotations were like really fast and they were really clean to the point where our esports were wasting their own time trying to figure out where a lot of these Romans were, because I think ATEN Esports' defenses, all of their defenders, almost all of them were offsite. So
yeah, I think it's three offside, 2 onside.
Yeah.
That sort of mix.
Yeah, it was like I thought it was like about like 4. Like it was
Maybe.
most of them that was offsite, and then they
Yeah.
kind of like once one of them died, they got a refrag, they got another, and they all just rotated back to site. One of them was kind of like off, and then
Oh,
there goes the first kill going for in favor of our esports. Suki grabbing one onto Slaves, and that's the mute gone, so that removes a nice cell, and he was playing in armory, so there goes that armory control in control of the attack, and the man down.
I think that run out yielded. I think Billy did a run out there, and he just couldn't find anyone. I think these sort of plays will get them kills, but it's also a massive risk, especially at this sort of stage. But Slay's off the board. That is your mute. In terms of utility, it's not a bad trade-off, as the mutes have already been placed down. But we need to see ATEN sort of get a refrag here, sort of get a pick onto Aurora, bring this down to a 4v4 so they can play on site and wait for Aurora to push into them. They are pushing from trophy side here, and we do have the Maverick pushing from Attic, so it is that dual take again. Especially with this man advantage here, Billy taking a little bit of damage there from the free fire from defense. I think we just need to see some sort of play here to get maybe a flank. We do see a flank here from me talking about flanks. We do see a flank from Vega. Will Aurora have anyone on flank cams? Well, obviously with no one dead, it's very hard to sort of watch flank cams, but talking about flanking, Kino's going back towards tower. He decided that tower is a much easier take, especially when Maverick is already pushed into Attic.
That was a bit of a screw up from Razy as he had to destroy his own cameras in order to just, I don't know, yeah, he just had to destroy it because it was just a screwed up camera. There goes Keenan on the nice flank on to the big tower stairs. They do have a claymore, and they actually do hear him as well. And I don't think they heard him. I think they, yeah, Razy is curious, and he does swing, but he gets taken out by Keener. A nice kill from Jaeger, and there goes that trade that you were wanting. There goes another for Billy. ATEN Esports are finding their way into the game. Our Esports have not won an attacking round in the last 2, but they are still on match point. Here goes one for Paku. Here comes another. Actually, no, he backs away at the last second. Ethan is down, and it leaves Pakamu in the 1v3 situation. He does have a player right in front of him in Attic with the shotgun, and he swings, and he gets taken out. 8 seconds, 10 seconds left, 7, 6, 5 for the Maverick, but he doesn't even have the fuser. He's on site, but he doesn't even have control of the case. Both of the defenders are smart enough to notice that, and so it's an easy win for ATEN Esports.
The triple kill from Billy that round. I mean, we saw one of the kills, but I think that changed. The fact they got the pick and then the picks just keep rolling and rolling and rolling through, and ATEN's aggressiveness and flanking ability is just paying off for them. 6-5. What a map. ATEN could come out with a draw here, losing, I think it was 4 rounds in a row? Was it 4 or 3 rounds in a row? Yeah, 5.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
I mean, it was
bombs.
3-1, and then they lost 5 rounds in a row to Aurora, but they've started to bring it back now, adapting their gameplay to the side of Aurora, and it seems to be working on defense. They just need to stay calm and clutch out this last round, going to Meeting Kitchen, which I prefer dining room kitchen, would be, if I'm being honest. Meeting is, you do have some good angles from Attic, but I feel like it's a lot harder to play, especially when you can have players playing into tower
10 seconds to insertion.
and into lobby. So it'll be interesting to see how ATEN defends this round.
Yeah, to be honest,
Attackers must locate
I don't like neither one of these sites. If you cast with we have another caster here called Time to Light. If you cast with him, he'll ask you the question. If you're ever on Oregon, we'll always ask you the question, which one of the first 4 sites do you prefer? And I've always said Kitchen Meeting, and I don't even like neither one of these sites. I just say Kitchen Meeting because I just think it's a bit better. Yeah, it's just, pick your poison. Both of them are deadly poisons, but I feel like I could at least get some type of heal with Kitchen Meeting. I don't know what that reference was, but I just think it's better. It's the lesser of 2 evils, is how I would put it. I don't like neither one of those sites, but I'll pick Billy. So he's in a very precarious position, though the first kill goes Esports' way. There goes a jump out and a flick, but Raze is too slow on. You're actually did light up Billy a little bit. Billy is just better. And it might just be that hitbox on those 3 speeds that we hear about, but he gets his frags, so it doesn't matter. Ethan is maybe aware that Billy's rotating up here. His game sense is on 1 because Billy was about to rotate through that hallway area, but he backs off at the moment. Billy needs to be very careful. He can use this opportunity to just waste as much time as possible since he is on such low HP, but he can also get really aggressive on these Esports players if they're paying too much attention to their flanks. But I mean, they could be. Their one player is dead, so he does have so he could watch. But it looks like
He's not watching them though.
He's not watching anything, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, 4v4 between both of these teams. Our Esports still have that match lead at least for the last 2 rounds, but if ATEN Esports gets this round, they will end this matchup in a draw. And it has been good defenses for both teams, decent, all right attacks from both teams as well. So it's been a good match. There hasn't been any like out there negatives I can talk about for neither one of these teams, at least not for our Esports. There are a few I could talk about for ATEN, but for the most part, this has been a good game. Billy's still on flashing red HP, trapped inside of server, and he has to watch out. He is looking for cheats. He doesn't mind gaining 40 seconds left for the attackers as they have to make their push here. The smoke grenade coming out. The Finka boost coming on. A nice headshot from Spino. Are you kidding me? Ethan has just activated his adrenaline surge and at the wrong moment. There goes.
Look at the health though.
The swing Suki, on like flashing HP. Oh, both. No, Billy and Spino on flashing red HP. The grenades, he has to back away. Dead.
10 seconds to go.
Push comes in. Suki finds 10 seconds left for the attackers. The defusal goes down. Here comes the flank from Billy. There goes for ATEN. Plant is still going down. There goes another for ATEN as the draw. They find that clutch factor. They find the comeback and they pull through to get a point.
Defenders have disabled the bomb.
What a game. I mean, what a final round. The fact that Billy spent most of that round getting the refrag, he spent most of that round on flashing red HP, and still manages to get that final kill is amazing. I mean, it's beautiful.
6-6 is the final score, and as I've mentioned before, with minors, it is only a best of 1, but also, my God, my throat's dry. But also, you can't go into OT. Once we get to 6-6, that's all, and it's a draw between these teams. And it's unfortunate for our Esports, but for ATEN Esports, it is a breath of relief as they almost did lose that one. That was a couple of rough like 3 rounds in a row for our esports on the attack, and it was really rough to watch for ATEN esports. But they pulled through in the end. A good bit of resilience from them as well, because
I
that
think it
was
was that
again, like I
early
said,
pick.
that was looking rough.
I think it was that
Yeah,
early pick that always happened. I think it just demoralized them, and um, it just allowed them to sort of prey on A10's tendencies a bit more aggressive. But credit to A10, they did adapt to it, and I mean, it was beautiful. Billy's my player of the game there. Amazing. What did he end up on? 17 or 18 kills? Oh my god. What a game from Billy. Just,
yeah.
mm,
Billy
yeah,
was absolutely insane. Everybody was absolutely insane. I know Kanan didn't have the best of score lines, but he had some really impactful moments in those last 3 rounds where they did bring it back to a draw for both of these teams. But as I say this, we are gonna head into our next match. We are gonna head into the major match between LFO versus Vega Esports. But we will be back in about 10 minutes or so. We do need to rest our voices, get the players into the lobby, set up maps, and all that stuff. So bear with us for these next 10 minutes. And if you are a fan of either one of these teams, even if you aren't, please stay and watch the game. It will be appreciated. Thank you.
thank you.
Now gets taken down. Creed, he's on a tear right now. It looks like it could be a flawless round, but never mind. F2 takes those words right out of my mouth and shoves them back right in my face. F2 nearly gets a second flick and actually takes down Adrian. Still thinking on discount, however, takes down Pit as now F2, he's going to need to ace clutch. He gets the third, and that's Diffuser down on the floor. This does not look likely, but if anyone can do it, it is F2. He's going to swing round, takes down discount, but GNX with the swing. F2
get all of them and ooh! I saw it there. He crossfire through the hole and the angle through there. One more pushing Will Smith right the third. Yes, he does. The first round is all on Smith. Doing insane trophies. I've got so hyped at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, 40 seconds left for these remaining attacks. They're trying something in this round, and they're still hunting down Spliz downstairs.
And discount, he goes down. It's all on Creed.
Oh, never mind. I cast a cursor. My bad. Well, especially when you have the SMG-11 and the shotgun like this, it definitely is very winnable. Especially when F2's not worked you wrong way, and the smoke grenade is able to take down that kill. BG in this round, but the plant goes down. Creed, is he aware of the position? But he's going to have to try and hold this angle, but he peaks slowly, and that's going to be the end of it. Creed's one amazing clutch there.
Then instead, they're going to move into Jim. Hunter getting aggressive, comes at the perfect time just to catch out discount. Sledge tucked away after shooting, went for that reload. Looking careful, the pin being pulled out below. So dropping down the hatch, finds himself a double kill. Adrian pick to find a third kill. That's Thermite, that's the diffuser.
But I mean, Hunter. Give him the ball. Yeah, give him the ball back. To pace the ball player. That will be incredible. That will be one of the best plays. Thermite doesn't have to read it. Find one. On to 10. On the window. Go for the swing. Split's going for the pre-fire. Discount on the prime, but the 1v2, the 1v4 clutch, so winnable. All in the hands of Split. Have to go for the hatch drop. We'll have Adrian pushing up. He finds the headshot. Will he make the 1v4? He's on 1 HP though. We know the member is lower main stairs. He can give the defuse if he wants to, and he could stick it. 8 remaining. Creed can go for triple buff. Stick it though. Really go for swing. Split has to find the kill, but dropping back is wasting so much time. He could possibly stick it though. Creed's gonna be able to sprint up the stairs. Time's ticking. Finds the kill, but
Welcome back, and if you are still after what? If you are still here after our 10-minute break, we are back with our Major League game. If again, like I said before we went to the break, if you are a fan of either one of these teams, LFO, Vega, Esports, then this is the game that you were waiting for before minor league even started. But we had a good game before this one, and we are hoping this game turns out the same way. Like I said, LFO versus Vega Esports for our day 2 of the Major League. Again, if you guys need introductions, I am Wumby. Next to me is Pyro. And I said it. The first match was really, really good. How are you feeling after that?
I mean, I'm still recovering. I mean, the first game, super aggressive. I mean, it was fun to watch, fast pace. I mean, some of the rounds were decided in the last 10 seconds, and I mean, that was probably one of the best games I've casted so far. And I'm looking forward to this game as well. I'm hoping it'll be even better, especially because there's 2 maps today. Now, talking about the map choices, we do have Border on the side of Vega and Oregon on the side of LFO. Wumby, what are your thoughts about these 2 maps here?
Oregon. We casted it the first match. I don't dislike Oregon as much as I used to before the rework happened and everybody was calling it Borgen before that. The
Yeah,
name still sticks. It is, I feel like, a boring map to watch. I don't think it's a boring map to cast, but I feel like it is a boring map to watch. Um it's not really a lot to really say about there's been in the map for a while. For Border, the rework happened like when Flores came out, so that was a little bit ago. Um, it's a new map in a 9 map pool that you have along with like 2 other maps that have been added. And with the removal of coastline came in border, and a lot of people had a lot of mixed opinions about it. And I'm one of those people. I don't really like border. I never have, never will. But with the way that I've seen a lot of people play on it, I am interested to see it be played more in comp.
I think I prefer Border over Coastline. I think Coastline's more of a frag and prey map, and Border's more of a more it's more tactical than Coastline. It's not the most tactical map in the comp pool. I think that's Villa.
Yeah.
But in terms of Border, it's a massive map. There's so many open spaces. The sites are massive. I mean, if you just look at Armory site's quite close, but if you look at Workshop, it's humongous. It takes a what half, if not more, if not a little bit less of the map. And it'll be very interesting to see how these teams will sort of adapt to that sort of larger sort of map style, especially with the amount of spawn peaks that come on this map. I mean, vents. I mean, but you should never spawn at vents. It's like it is a death sentence. I mean, there's the bottom double door passport. There's the new balcony window. There's the run out from east stairs. There's break door. I mean, that's 4 runouts. That's the 4 main runouts. You could do some off put runouts, but I mean, it will. I don't think we'll see that many runouts in this game, but it's still a very big thing to watch out for.
We'll have to see. Like I said, I was one of the people when it was first announced that it would be the map to kind of replace Coastline along with the 2 maps being added. I wasn't
Mm.
really that interested in it. I have never liked Border, and it still rings true to this day. But with a lot of teams, especially a lot of APAC North teams starting to play it more, I've seen some NA teams play it a lot as well inside of comp, whether that be in Pro League and also T4 and T3. I am interested to see it be played more because I find it to be one of my favorite maps now to watch inside of Pro League, and it's kind of weird because I was like, again, like I said, I was one of those people who hated it being added in, and then I'm like, oh, I want
It's
to
a
see
love-hate
this map.
relationship.
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship. Now, I don't like to play on it, but I do like to watch other people play on it, which is kind of hypocritical. But I do want to bring your guys' attention to the community poll. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to we won't be able to show you guys the community poll inside of the stream. We didn't show it for minor. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
I'm
we can.
sorry. Yeah, we can. Oopsie, sorry. But I will bring your attention to that. It will be brought up on your right now. For LFO versus Vega Esports, when it comes to the community's prediction on what you guys or who you guys think will win this game, a lot of you guys seem to favor Vega Esports. So, like last game, I feel like Vega Esports have a lot of fans. There are 55.4 guys out there who want Vega Esports to win, who think they will win. 41.5% of you think LFO will win, and there's a small little percentage of you guys who think 3.1% of you guys who think that this will be a draw. But according to our stat predictions, a lot of us have picked LFO for this match.
I think it's
All of us.
100, isn't it?
I think,
100%.
yeah,
It
all
is
of us have picked
100%.
it.
Which shows the power of Twitter. If you have a
Yeah.
large following, definitely skew the votes. LFO is the reigning champion from last season, so I think LFO does have a strong roster. and I think Vega coming up from the minor leagues last season, it will be a lot tougher for them to win. To be fair, I think this could end up in a draw, one map each. I think if Vega play their cards right, and if they play to their strengths, they will get a map on LFO. Especially as Border is their map, and I haven't seen any of these teams in Border yet, but I'm assuming Vega have done a lot of prep for Border, and LFO maybe focused on other maps.
Yeah, it's very interesting to say the least, as we are still waiting on both of these teams to fill up the lobby. But I mean, again, this is Oregon is not really that interesting of a map. LFO, I believe this is a map that they do like playing. I've seen them. This if you guys don't know who LFO, they are the ex Wii Sports youngsters YGS. This is the same roster from last year with the same players. So same mindset. So that's why I'm using the maps from last season that they did play onto this season. And it's the same thing with Vega Esports, who were the former MDS factory roster. Although since they were a minor league team last season, and since we didn't get to watch as many games or we didn't really have that many statistics on them, I'm not going to really use a lot of maps on them for them. I feel like Border is an interesting pick for them. It's not like your average run of the mill map that you do see inside of comp play. I said I have seen it a lot in comp, but it's still not when it
It's a
comes to
one-off.
yeah, huh?
It's a one-off sort of like here
Yeah,
and
it's not really picked that much, but it is picked. You know what I mean? You will see
like
it inside of pro play, you will see it inside of comp play, but not
a
too
back
much.
pocket draw almost.
Yeah,
Like
it
they
felt it
saving strats, the old G2.
And it's like with LFO, they pick a map that they're comfortable with. I have seen them on Oregon; they can play Oregon well. As for MDS Factory, this is a new map that not a lot of us are used to watching, used to seeing, used to playing. Or well, not really in comp play. In ranked, you might see it a lot, but a lot of teams will ban this map outright sometimes because they just don't like it. But anyways, yeah, like I feel like it's just a map to surprise LFO, take them off guard. Maybe they scrim this map a lot more than LFO. Maybe they scrimmed it against LFO. Maybe they scrimmed it a lot against other teams and they're just comfortable with it and they think that LFO haven't practiced on it and they just want to bring it out to surprise them.
Do you know what I think it is? I think they have some surprise strats up their sleeves.
Yeah.
Maybe some odd strats. I mean, me and Gurley were going over this map yesterday, and for the bottom floor site on what is it called? I'm blanking right now. Workshop, holding on to security. I mean, it's an option. They could have some strats like this that will catch LFO out. I mean, the ability to be able to adapt to any position is hard, and I think especially if you have more of a tactical team, it's going to be a lot harder to play against them other than let's say a fragging team like we saw last round, the last game in the minors with ATEN.
All right. So I'm hearing in my ear that both teams are ready. We do have all the players in lobby. So the first map that we will go on is Oregon Boregan. That is LFO's map pick. If you guys heard that in the beginning, if you didn't, I'm telling you now that it is their map pick. And so we're gonna start off with the ban phase. Last time we watched this was just in the minor that we just watched, and the bans were a bit weird. You got your Thatcher ban, that was weird. People ban him all the time, which is weird, but it's not weird. You get me? So,
Default.
but
It's
yeah,
expected.
it's expected, but I hate that ban. But the
What?
first ban is going to be Habana, and I mean that makes sense,
It makes
especially
sense.
for the basement attack. You know those hatches, the
Yeah.
security hatch, the meeting hall hatch, e-box hatch. Just a lot of people call it the lobby hatch. She can also get and also nomad. So Thatcher's
Oh,
on the board as well.
Thatcher's on
No
the
four
board.
is two matches in a row on Oregon. No four has been.
There is a lot of obs that can come out for this attack. I think this will be,
Yeah.
based on these bans, a very attacker-sided game. Without that Thatcher, easy to open walls. Mirror, pretty standard ban here for that blue, the electrical. It just stops any sort of electrical hold, especially with the use of Thatcher was already not really much of an issue. The last ban, let's see what we're gonna get here. Jaeger. Interesting. That only leaves with Mai as any sort of grenade denial. Maybe we'll see a lot of sort of Sledge, Yana, maybe even a Ying. I mean, we saw it in the minor, the game before. Maybe LFO might pull out a Ying here.
These bans are kind of throwing me off. I don't even know what to say to this. I'm sorry. This is making me happy, but I'm also very
Trolling.
yeah. This is exciting. I'm excited to see what they do about these bans. Like you said, they have a lot of we
Is
have a
that
lot
8
of
grenades?
operators that we can see. Yeah, eight. Yeah, they do have 8 grenades. What the hell? Yeah,
Maybe one of
attacker
them's gonna
repick.
pick off.
Yeah, please. I don't think I can. My heart can take 8 grenades on the attack.
There's no Wamai either, so this is gonna be.
Yeah,
Imagine we get
and
5
to
kills,
locate and defuse bombs.
all the 5 deaths are with grenades.
yeah,
I want to see a round like that.
and also okay. There goes no. Sorry, I got fooled. Spliz. I thought he was gonna use the attacker repick to go on to Sophia, but P13 is actually gonna use the attacker repick to go on to Ace instead. Which I was gonna make a comment on that because he was on Ash, and the only hard booster that they had up until this point, now that they're picking Ace, was the Maverick, which isn't a bad thing, but it's also not the best. You don't want to depend on Maverick to be your only
10 seconds
Sure,
remaining.
Blizz is going to use that attacker pick, so now they're just down to 4 mates, and he's going to go
Jackal.
to Jackal instead. And I'm in love with this Jackal pick because it looks like for the most part, Vega Esports, they are playing off-site. They do want to have a first floor extension, and this is the thing. Like I feel like with the attacker repick, a lot of the time, I feel like when we talk about the attacker repick, or at least when I hear a lot of casters talk about it as well, they talk about like the attacker runaways being like kind of like shot up on a lot of these defender-sided maps because of it, because of the factor of you bringing in an unexpected op that the defenders can't see you pick, and it's that little bit of mystery that helps you a little bit, the
Sort of
unexpected.
catch them off guard
Yeah.
as well.
Like this Jackal pick, there goes the Jackal trap to trap Avok in this second floor dorm site. He could be shot the wall since he doesn't have any reinforcements to help him. He does have that support in the Rooney and Oxy. There goes the wall bang onto Oxy as he's gonna stand his ground here. The hatch next to him is open, so he could jump down if he wants to. There goes one grenade. Here comes a player that has jumped through the big window, and he could swing on him in this corner if he wanted to, but so can Oxy. He does escape in the nick of time, getting some damage done to him, but at the moment, LFO are looking at this quickly, and they're looking to take this fast.
I think that gunfight was definitely in the favor of Vega. As I'm saying that, Zarek gets a beautiful kill onto the mute. And that is now LFO with 5 and Vega with 4. Definitely, it's still a mix and match of who's going to win this round. Peeking around, but it takes a little bit of damage there from Avok. They have opened hatch here on blue, on electrical box. That is a weird strat that I haven't seen before, but Oxy getting a kill onto Zarek, Hunter getting a refrag, well, a trade. And now it is a 4 versus 3. They see the hatch is open. This is a free hatch. No one can play in blue here. They are playing in blue. I was meant to say no one can play in electrical. So I think they're going to sort of hold on to blue and use these angles to cut off Pillar. Maybe give LFO Pillar, bait him in so they can get some free picks here. Smoke with that SMG is not really a long range operator. It's very hard to control that recoil. So I think they need to swap off to someone else holding that long angle. Avok taking damage. A trade already coming out. Critical getting a kill. And Spills going down. P13 getting killed from the shotgun. It's a 2v2. Make that a 2v1. Smoke is the only player left with that SMG. Make that a 1v1. 1v1 situation. Maverick versus the Smoke. And Maverick gets the kill. 1-0 for LFO. What a chaotic end to that round.
Well, it looks like we will be having a repost at the moment. Vega Esports. Oh no, sorry. LFO grabbing that first round. Sinji not really keeping his composure in that last gunfight. It looked like he kind of panicked and he just couldn't he just couldn't like hit that last shot, which is unfortunate because it could have been a nice little clutch from him, but unfortunately it wasn't. And for Vega Esports, they're gonna go back to the drawing board, and to the drawing board they go and they mark the second site that they want to go, and that's onto the second floor. But again, we will have a quick pause here as one of the players on the side of LFO are having some difficulties. But that attack was really well executed. I feel like, yeah, I feel like it was really well executed. Vega Esports did do a lot of good time wasting tactics. I felt like, especially with Oxy D on near Rooney wasting time on that second floor. The Jackal pick being very, very useful for LFO, I felt like.
Yeah.
Especially in hunting down those players and forcing them off of the second floor, forcing them off of the first floor, and then onto their own site, and also helping them get the picks they needed. I felt like.
I feel like the attacker was well done that round. On the defensive side, it was a very interesting strat. They played in meeting, and they had the electrical hatch open. Do you have any thoughts on that one, B, with the electrical hatch being open that entire round?
No, not really.
It's it's almost
I, I,
sort of, you could almost sort of call it an SSG roam, like a half an
yeah,
SSG roam really.
I was
It
just.
didn't
I
work
mean,
out for them though.
yeah, usually teams, depending on how aggressive their room is, as we are gonna re- get right back into the
Attackers
game.
need to
Some
locate and
teams,
defuse as many
depending
bombs as
on
they
how
can.
aggressive they want their room to be,
Oh,
depending on uh, the sites as we go on to the second floor site, they will they will open that hatch up if they have such a high presence in meeting, and if they want to aggressively hold meeting, they have that hatch open just in case they want to go back on to the into the site from the e-box
from the hatch.
hatch or whatever.
Yeah,
But
I see it.
I don't know, I see that strat like it's a one-off strat. Like it's very you see it, but it's rare that you do see people do
5
that.
seconds left.
It's almost a hit and miss strat because it could work.
Yeah.
It just depends on how well. It all depends on that first pick really. If you get that first pick and you sort of control meeting that entire time, that strat will work. Talking about this round though, top floor, we do see the Maverick and the Ace. What a kill from Hunter! Just he got he got wallbanged. Ace took a little bit of damage, exposed himself, did the Wamai, and he just got fragged out from the thinker. What a kill from Hunter, and that is first pick for LFO. Speaking
Oh
of
my god.
speaking of LFO, there goes another kill. Sledge. Vega Esports is just crumbling at this point. They need to reconsolidate and just stop this dual attack from happening. Would be.
That was just again lack of like not really paying attention to the surroundings of esports. That's a bit unfortunate. Shinji in that situation got caught with his pants down, and in that situation another player gets caught with his pants down. This player is just dying. Every single one of these players
Located a bomb.
are just easily like falling apart. Again, like you said, Vega Esports are falling apart. It's not gonna be a flawless Koithal's kill on the Hunter. Hunter falls and it leaves him up for 1v3 now. Nice headshot from him as he nips away with that MK14, but there goes critical, the last kill of the round, and it is a second round in a row for LFO. I mean, a good effort at the end of the day from Koithal, but like you said, it's just Vega Esports for me just kind of got caught with their pants down on several different occasions. The first kill, that you can't really blame.
That was unlucky.
Yeah, that was unlucky. Hunter just with a very just nice flick, he just happened to get a headshot. The second player to die was a player who was shooting at a drone,
Attackers
and
need
he
to
got
locate and
swung
defuse
on
as
the
many bombs as they can.
minute he started shooting at it. Shinji, who was trying to make
Killed in
holes
the
from
back.
below, got shot like from his side, and he wasn't even looking at the player that's. So it was just Vega Esports not really paying that much attention, not really surroundings, and LFO capitalized on it. But at least it wasn't a flawless. The Koithal got himself a two-piece. He got his frag, but
He got his not really impactful frags, but it was
Yeah.
almost a last-ditch effort. Now, on the defense, Avuni, a beautiful pick here. Avuni and Wamai. This is with obviously the Jaeger ban coming out. is a good little combo to stop any sort of grenades coming out. And we do see the sledge with the grenades, the Nook with the grenades, and the Finker with the grenades. That is 6. Wait, no, never mind. That is 8 grenades. I forgot Maverick had grenades. I think for this round we will see LFO take mid-floor map control and grenade from below, as we saw last round. Making use of these 8 grenades that are currently on the side of LFO. We do see that split take again. And the Blitz is already down some health. Make that 50 health. Where is he getting shot from? That is, I think he's just trying to peek on. Never mind, down to 25 health. This is interesting. Oh, I think he went for a run out or a spawn peek and just got caught out there. A small tower take from Nook here. I think he's looking to sort of sneak up white here, catch any of the Vega Esports guys off guard. I think he's still looking for Bix here. He's moved away, gone back off to site, and he's wasting a minute so far on droning. Finker in trophy here, taking some damage. Getting the kill onto Koithel. That is 1 player down for Vega. Still being aggressive and peeking. They've already got ATEN control. LFO have ATEN control. What is this? The Maverick coming big here. I'm surprised they got ATEN so quick.
This does not bode well for Vega. They're giving up a lot of map control way too easily, and it's eating away at not only just their sanity and how much they are allowed to hold, but it's also eating at the amount of players that they do have alive. Hunter gets a kill, but he gets down. It's 2 kills for Vega Esports, and they find a way back into this. That wasn't supposed to happen. A 3v3 is turned around for Vega Esports. Now a 3v2, Big finding himself 2, and it leaves 2 of the last players for LFO. Critical and P13. No. For the bright side for them, though they don't have the man advantage, Bix is on very low HP, and there you go. There goes a kill for Critical, now brought to a 2v2. Oh, a nice shot from Oxy, and it leaves Critical in a 1v situation. Avok and Oxy have to find a way to work together in order to clutch this for their team. 1v2 is very clutchable, especially with the way that Critical can hit his shots. There goes 1. He finds the case, gets back into the site, and he plants. Avok does have a nitro cell from below, but he's nowhere near the plant site. He's actually walking, and that floor isn't even destructible. So even if he went for a nitro cell, he wouldn't find anything. Now the defusal is planted. This is very possible for Critical, and if he clutches this, it is off of the back of some individual brilliance. Avok is there as Critical finds his repel, but Critical is in a very good position to hold
Attackers need to protect
this
the
defusal.
diffuser.
Avok has to be very careful here. He doesn't see. Okay, now he saw the defusal. Now he gets on top of it, but like I said, Critical has such a good post plant positioning. The awareness to rotate. Avok, I felt like, could have just jumped out of Classroom, taken that gunfight, killed him, and then rotate to the diffuser to have a better chance of defusing it. I felt like that was a poorly played 1v1 for me, if I mean.
Yeah, I think the fact he was downstairs in the first beginning in a 2 versus 1. I think in a 2 versus 1 where you have the man advantage, you have to swing off each other, play around each other. But I think he was just focused on stopping that post there, their pre-plant situation,
Defenders,
and
protect your
LFO just
bombs from being
capitalized on that.
defused by attackers.
With the point of jumping out though, I think Critical had such a good position of an upside down rappel as he was jumping out. It would have been a 50-50
Bomb
chance.
located by attackers.
Better than what he did in the post plant, but it's still a massive risk for the round. I was actually worried for LFO. They had such a good start, 5 versus 3, and they put it down to I think it was a 3 versus 3, but 1 was downed. And I'm just shocked that LFO won that round, and I think Vega just got a little bit unlucky with the gunfights, with Critical putting out a massive clutch. Talking about this round though, we do see, as I talked about before this game, the Ying pick with this Jaeger ban. They do have Wamai, but Wamai's not going to be a massive counter to Ying, as it is going to still, he has to place him in positions that will affect LFO, not Vega.
Yeah. You know, I was, yeah, no, I wasn't watching it. Sorry, I was there. I was observing. I don't know what I said, but yeah, I was observing yesterday's game and casters yesterday. For the talent league, first day of the season. We're talking about how much like Frost is being picked nowadays, and I love it. I love it a lot, especially because she does that shotgun on the content secondary that can be
Clone
used
90,
to.
Sneaker 90.
Yeah, it can be used to it is used to do a lot of screen shots, especially with buffs that they have made to some
Bush.
for shotguns. This is a rush from LFO. The first kill doesn't go their way, but the second does. Couple of trades are working in Vega Esports' favor. The defusal hasn't gone down, so Case isn't even. I don't think Case is anywhere near the. Shinji is very low on HP. There goes another Fliz as he makes his way up. Nice flank from him. Smoke grenades are still there. So no, they don't have control of the Case. Hunter is on that window. They are gonna slow down though LFO because that rush, although it did work out in their favor, they are gonna slow down just a little bit. Case isn't in their control, and they could just as easily lose this as they could win this. Shinji doesn't have any smoke grenades. A rotation from OxyD should have probably been caught out by Critical, but no kills yet as of now. Hunter still hanging out by that big window. Critical still there. There goes one for Oxy from below, another from Shinji, and it's another 1v2 with Critical in a situation. Can he find himself another? He finds himself one, but Oxy rotates downstairs. I almost called this spike. The Case is still on the second floor by that big window. Critical is going to make the rotation up the main stairs. Plant the defusal, but below him is Oxy, and he finds it once again. I'm done.
I'm so shocked. Mozzie. Oh my god.
I'm out.
I think Vega need a timeout after that. They will be taking a tactical timeout, as it says. I'm blown away. LFO, Critical again. That's his second clutch? 2 rounds in a row. He's just better. I mean, the flick. He almost got the flick on bottom floor. He went from the player coming in from dining to the player going for to freeze the stairs. That was almost a beautiful flick of his life, but he still manages to get the win. LFO are just dominating Vega at the moment. I think Vega need to change up their strategy, try and get this to 4-2, and win this on attack. Because I said before, I think this game is going to be attacker sided. And what do you know? 4-0 off the bat. We do resume the timer now after Vega took that timeout. And they have changed up to a Goyo here. Goyo, I think, is a lot better with this rework. I forgot what the gadget's called. Wumby, do you know what the gadget's called for Goyo? The Vulcan. It's not.
Well, it's not Shield anymore, but it's
yeah.
It's Vulcan. I call it Vulcan.
I thought it was Vulcan something, but I was getting confused. But the Vulcan, the 20-second burnout timer. Yes, you do have to shoot it, but if you place it in the correct positions, especially in this place, if you place it on like blue door, where the barrel's double door, you can prevent them coming in for a long time and just prevent plants. It's such a good skill. Is that a blitz on spills? A blitz and a thinker. Ying, Doki, and Ace. I think we're gonna see a rush here. I think we're gonna see a blue rush. Wumby.
You know what? They say nerf LMGs, but we should nerf Critical because dude is 10-0 and he's clutched like 2 1v2s.
10-0. Oh my god.
Okay, so look, 2 1v2s in a row. I don't know what to tell you. It happened back to back. So yeah, Vega Esports. They find that timeout. This is a very slow rush. Okay, you see what they're doing? They're setting up for a rush, but they're also walking. And they were walking with
tactical rush.
The absolute goal of LFO right now. Moving so cocky, like look at these guys. Look, they're just moving so slowly. They want to rush. They look at them. Yeah, you see the wait. That is a suppressor. Oh, come on, man.
You can't be doing Vega like this. I mean, LFO. I know you're the champions.
The Gon 6 is out. Nah, the Gon 6 is out.
Let me say 3, 2, 1. Oh,
There you go.
taken off.
Gone 6 goes out. The rush comes in. The blitz is causing terror. Koithal grabs the first. Hold on. 13. Oxy killed himself with the Vulcan shield. Xerath does find the trade though, but the main advantage goes into LFO's favor thanks to that team kill onto himself. Oxy. Vix is trying to find an avenue onto the site, but he can't even find himself a kill because Hunter is there with that SMG. Avok is trying to hit his shots. There goes one for Avok. A nice one for him. A nice one for Cindy as well as they find the even man count, and it's Spliz on the Blitz, Hunter on the Dokaibi as they try to figure out how they want to make this push work. I thought they were going to make it work. It looked like it. They had that man advantage, but it doesn't look like it so far. 2v2 though, but Shinji has a smoke canister. Not no more actually. This is his last one. Spliz is going to go with that defuse with the shield on his back. Hunter with a nice shot with the LMG. He's flashed to all hell, and Hunter confirms that kill, and it is a 5-0 lead for LFO.
Can I ask a question?
No.
How did that? What? No. How did that
Go
rush work? How did that rush work? I
Well,
mean, the
it
Goyo.
looked like-
I think the fact that the Goyo killed himself.
No, it was Oxy on the Rooney.
Oh, Oxy.
He shot. I think he was in elbow, or yeah, I don't know where he. Yeah, no, he was in elbow.
Yeah.
And then he shot the Goyo to, because the Blitz was pushing into elbow, so he shot the Goyo there, or the Vulcan there in elbow, and he was just a little bit too close to it. I think he panicked, and that happens when you're under pressure, and a man with a shield that can flash you, and you can't really do anything about it. It makes you panic, and it makes you do stuff like that, and it happens.
Blitz never works for me.
Nah.
Whenever I play it, I always die.
I have a horrible case with him on I used to play PlayStation, and I had such a horrible.
Oh, I'm
case with
Xbox.
him.
Oh no.
It was so bad. I mean, I'm like I don't have much PC. I would never.
The attacker sit repicks here. We got Osa,
Oh,
Glaz. The Thermite's pretty default, and the last two are the LMG gods. But I mean, Vega decided to go for for dining and kitchen, which maybe a change of site onto the first floor might help them here. They haven't even set up the entire site yet. 2 minutes and 40 into the round. 2 minutes 40 left into the round. The Maestro is a good pick for this site here. You put one on shower corridor, and it just watches the entire corridor.
it is a shame because they tried to go. I thought the Goyo pick would have made the difference in that round, and it did, but it made the difference against Vega Esports. So it's a bit of a shame for them. First kill in this round goes into Vega's Esports' favor. They need that first pick because they need to work off of, and it happens against Xerath, who, I mean, he hasn't had the best of games, but when you have Critical and Hunter going absolutely nuclear, why would you? Those two players to pop off the most, and they have 10-1 for Critical, 10-4 for Hunter, and that's really about
four
it.
rounds between them.
Yeah, they're really the only two players who are actually getting the bulk of the kills. I mean, that's expected from the both of them. They are kind of like, they do work off of each other. Hunter mainly being the entry fragger, the main entry, and Critical kind of working behind them, or even just Spliz. Critical and Spliz kind of like just alternating that role between the both of them. I don't even want to talk about it. Oxy, I don't think he wants to talk about that. Spliz gets the kill with the Claymore, since you do have 2 Claymores now, which I think is just absolutely ridiculous. You can line them up with one another, and you can just confirm a kill that way. But
This might be a very bad thing for Glass here. He does not know where's the head? Ubisoft. Okay. That's what I'm saying. From above, though, he might be in trouble if the smoke continues to hold that. Well, the mute continues to hold that angle. He could catch the glass off, as his gadget is literally a sniper scope. So you can't really have the peripheral vision that you would see from a normal player.
yeah.
There's still people in small tower. I mean, there is still the person with the Osa shield distracting them, but they have open meeting, and there is 3 people over to meeting. side. So they are going for the plant here. As the thermite is getting down the plant, smoke's going off. Hunter's going to push in here, try and cover the plant. The plant goes down, critical dies. P13 dies. It's now a 4 versus 2 post plant. 4 versus 1 make that. Double kill for Blix. This seems a very impossible task for Hunter, but he is on a roll today. Let's see if he can get this clutch. He has downed the alibi player for Vega, but no, Blitz gets the triple kill, and that is finally a round for Vega. 5-1 going into the second half.
And 1vx finally going in their favor. I mean, this wasn't a 1v2 though, so no worries, but it was a 1v3 instead, or 1v4 if you want to count the down down maestro. Yeah, 1v3. Yeah, basically. But they finally get a round on the board that comes after a round that or 2 rounds after they after they had their little tactical timeout, which isn't what they want. I feel like they wanted a 4-2 half after the defenses that they pulled off in the last 6 rounds in a row they lost against LFO. Or 5 rounds in a row that they lost against LFO, a 4-2 half would have been much better. But they do get that 1 round at least it's 6-0. And for Vega Esports, just gonna have to they can't really forget about the scoreline, but just brush it off and try and take it 1 round at a time. You can't make any mistake. Really, well, you're only afforded 1 mistake before LFO go into match point, but you can't really make any mistakes after that.
Can't get too cocky on the side of LFO either. I mean, if you look what happened last match, it was 6-3, and they managed to pull it back. ATEN managed to pull it back to a 6-6. Can I talk about something though to do with the strategy? You see that game shield? I mean, it's literally normally you have the shield right by the kids' dorm side, but they have prone holes, feet holes onto the wall. This is a very interesting strat from LFO. Maybe they're just taking this first game since they're 5-1 up to test some more obscure strats later down for some of the other major games. I mean, they've got 3 shields. Yeah, 3 shields. There's 1 on Hobo and 2 towards the trophy side. But it's interesting to see how this strat will pay off for LFO. Considering that Vega are pushing from small tower side, so I think they're going to do a full white push and maybe push. I think they're going to push up in the tower as well one day. Speaking about expert droning in T4 leagues, Oxy, amazing.
That was just perfectly okay. I mean,
I think that is how you drone. That is how you drone.
Yeah. I mean, droning 101 from Oxy.
Mate, get me lessons from Oxy. Oxy, after the game, hit me up, man. I need some lessons from you.
We are approaching 1 minute and 45 for Vega Esports, but they find themselves a man down. It hasn't been really that long into a round. It has been, I feel like, way too long for a confrontation. There goes another for Critical as he's just making this Scorpion work. He's absolutely murdering these Vega Esports players. He could find himself a second, just missing off of the head of the player playing and dining. That Oxy. Here goes another for LFO. I almost called them Wii Sports. Koital rolling down. Shinji and Oxy in the 5v2 situation. There goes a nade against Critical, but he's holding his ground. He does have a boost that he could throw out there to stun this Oxy D on the Finka here. Oxy D also does have 3 adrenal surges. It looks like for the most part, Vega Esports, or really Oxy D in this gunfight against Critical, is getting a bit nervous, but he does find that refrag. Finally, Critical does go down 12-3, an impressive scoreline so far, but he did get 2 kills into this round, as he gets 2 kills into this round to make that scoreline 12-3.
It's still very dire for Vega here. 4v2 against LFO. You still have Hunter up, who's going 11-5. So he is matching Critical, and you have the smokes and the Goyos yet to be popped. A lot of utility still to go. I think Oxy D here needs to get this frag onto Hunter. Talking about frags, Shinji with the kill onto Splits, and getting down damage onto Goyo. 14 seconds left. Oxy D pushing into sight, ignoring the player from behind, getting a kill, and that's P13 wrapping up both of the kills. putting LFO onto match point and map 1 point. It's the same thing. I don't know why I said that.
No, you know what? The-
Laughing.
yeah, they're okay. So Vega Esports made their mistake. They can't make any more. But I feel like they could just forget about this map and just go to their own map on border because I feel like Oregon is way too far gone. But then I could be wrong about that. 6-1 is a dire scoreline, but it is possible that they could come back from it. I just
Attackers
don't
need to
think that it's
locate and defuse
possible
bombs.
for Vega Esports specifically to come back against LFO, especially with the momentum ride that LFO are on right now. It just seems like it's too much, especially with the way that Critical is hitting his shots. If they keep letting this go on, especially into this potential last round, this could get out of control going onto border, especially with how
Bomb
frag
located by
heavy
attackers.
border tends to be. I'm not favoring their chances.
Attackers have
I mean,
located a
I
bomb.
can tell you a story. I mean, I was once 6-1 up
Oh,
in a
come on.
comp
10 seconds
match,
to insertion.
and I mean, I threw it 8-7 in the end, so it could happen. You never know, Wumpy. I'm gonna hold you to this.
I don't
If Vega
think LFO
Esports,
bottle jobs. I don't look. LFO, I don't think they're bottle jobs like that. I don't think they're gonna throw a 6-1 lead. I think that would be so embarrassing if they did
there's a
that.
1% chance. There's a 1% chance. I think there is still a chance for Vega. I mean, I'm not doubting what Critical and Hunter are doing
You
right
just
now.
said you
and
give
the
them
rest
a
of the
1% chance.
Yeah, because it can happen. you never know what's gonna happen here. I mean, you could get K here going 3 and 6 as a flag. He could go up. Oxy D could also pop off. We see him get I think it was 2 kills last round. So I mean, it could happen.
I'll be optimistic. Okay.
You can be optimistic, okay? Never put anyone off. Talking about this attacking strat though, and defensive strat. We see the SMG. I think LFO are getting a bit cocky here. SMG from that long range. Talking
Oh,
about
no.
Oxy D with the frag onto the smoke. That is the smoke player down. That is 30 seconds of Plantinado down. Oxy D just rushing in, getting another kill onto P13. Mumby, do you want to change your mind, mate? After seeing what?
Oh,
Oxy
come on!
D
Don't
did?
do this.
Don't do
Come
what,
on.
mate? Oxy D is now popping off. I mean,
Oh.
Hunter and Critical can only do so much. Talking about Critical, a beautiful headshot onto Bix.
Let's see what Vega Esports do. They do have the man advantage here. 4v3. It was a 5v3 at first. They do lose that Maverick. Maverick not being the most important. I almost called him an agent. The most important operator, especially not really on this site. So Vega Esports still do have the soccer structure, but they also have the Sophia grenades and impact nades. Destruction ability, and also the Fika and Oxy, who's doing a lot of work. Okay, Quastal is going to fall. I'm guessing that was in the security room, and I think that was actually to Hunter. There goes another for Hunter as he finds himself a second. Oxy does find that trade of 2v2 as LFO still on match point, could make this work, but also Vega Esports still have a good possibility to do it as well. The time is most definitely not on their side though. There goes Oxy with a nice headshot on Blizz. Critical in the 1v2
15 seconds to
situation.
go.
Digi has to get the diffuser down. He doesn't.
Attackers
They don't have really a lot of time, but they still find the time to make this work. Anyways, it's a rush from Stingy. Oh my god, Oxy does find the rotate out of there. Critical could have killed him though, and it is and Critical in the 1v1
Oxy for the ace.
situation.
Defenders have located the diffuser.
For the ace, as he is on a quad, the fusel is still down, so Critical does have to find the time to get on it. He also has to be wary of the swing from Oxy if it does come, but Critical has been in these 1v2 situations before. He has clutched it out. He brings out the monster break after missing some shots with the LMG.
Ace!
Kill, but it is Oxy to get the ace. And Vega Esports find their lifeline in, funnily enough, the Finka. Wow.
You know, I said at the start of the round, do not sleep on Oxy.
Oh, come on, stop that.
And what do you know? He gets an ace. I think the start of the comeback for Vega is on. It was a bit shaky. They did go 3-5 up
Yeah.
and then threw it back down to a 3v3. They got the trades off. And Critical coming out, I think that was a 3k from Critical. If I'm not 3 or 2k from Critical, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a very good round from LFO
Yeah.
and unfortunate to lose that 1v1. But
I
I think
was
the tides are starting to shift here. If Vega could get on a streak, they can pull this back. And to be fair, for this cast, I would like to see that happen.
I was very scared though because Critical again a 1v2
Attackers need to
situation.
locate and
He won
defuse
that
as many
back to
bombs as
back
they
on the
can.
attacks, and he
Yeah.
almost won it there. So like Oxy kept. Do you know what? In those 1v1s, in those last ones that we saw Critical win it back to back. Vega Esports. It didn't matter who was in the 1v1. I can't because I can't remember who won. When
It
they
was
when they got knocked
Critical
down from
and
a
Oxy.
1v2. No, not in the round
Oh,
before that. But in the
the round
round
before.
before where they had them like 2, Critical just got the first kill out of nothing, and then he forced the 1v situation. It was in
10
those like
seconds to go.
1v1 situations where Vega Esports didn't really. I felt like the last player didn't
5
matter
seconds
who,
to go.
just didn't have the confidence in the gunfight to take against Critical, and Critical
Attackers'
just
objective is
easily
to
won.
locate a
So
bomb.
it was like every time they had a 1v1, it was like they either just didn't work as a team or they didn't really have the confidence to take the gunfight against them because it happened once before. The second time it happened, it felt like, oh, this is probably gonna happen again. We need to be careful with it. They probably played too timid with it and it just didn't really work off of each other. But it doesn't happen this round. Oxy does keep his composure, unlike the last few rounds where that did happen. And it's good to see there goes some adjustments on their side. And Oxy does clutch up, and he is 10-7 at this corner line. Oh, Critical though in a very dangerous position. He finds one, find himself a second. He's still dead by the Maverick. He's gonna push up onto this window where the Maverick is still bringing out the pin.
Oh
He
my
still
god.
finds that kill. Are you kidding me, Critical? It's a double for him. And I don't even know how he's still alive.
How is he doing this? I mean,
Oh
he's
no,
on
he's
5
stressing me
HP.
out.
That is both of the hard breach, may I ask, for a bottom floor. They cannot get hatches, and they've got to rely on their 3 fraggers now. I think that was disappointing from Vega. They should have got that kill a lot easier, but stuff happens. I think the fact that they're 6-2 down, they're losing confidence. They don't have the confidence to take on the gunfights against Critical or Hunter, and it's hurting them. Let's see how Vega are going to adjust to this attack now. They've got to. I think they ignore blue here. They go for a freezer and main push. They can't. They don't have enough utility to get rid of this this shield on blue here. And we do see Oxy pushing into Laundry. Talking about kills, Hunter getting a kill onto Avoc. This is now a 5v2. This is looking very dire for Vega. I kind of take back my words here, Wumby. I guess you were correct in the end.
Attackers will drop the bomb diffuser.
Still not done yet, but it is gonna have to be Oxy D with the ace to clutch out this round for Vega and bring them to 6-3.
That is that's kind of funny from Avox to type the GG so early in chat, even though the win has not been confirmed as of yet. Could get some work done on this LMG in a 1v5 situation. He also has 3 general
Don't dodge Critical.
grenade, but he doesn't know about the swing. Yes, he does. Critical is dead. He was very low on HP anyways. 25 seconds left for the Finka player of Oxy. Can he do it? 4 players left for him. The probably gets swung on by the Mossberg, and it is Hunt to find that last kill. And we do have Wii Sports YGS. I'm so sorry, LFO. Oh my god, LFO. LFO taking their own map pick, going on to Serious Points as we do head on to Border. A dominating map win from them. I don't think
17-5.
Yeah, I don't think I can say anything about that. I'll let the scoreboard do the talking for LFO because that was such a dominating win on their own map. And I said it, if they keep letting Critical get away with that, Also, Hunter having a really good, impressive game as well. If they keep letting LFO get away with the plays that they were making on Oregon, it's only going to get worse on Border, because Border is very frag heavy. It encourages a lot of aggressive plays, especially on the attack, but also on the defense with those jump outs. And it's very scary for Vega Esports.
I think Vega just need to take a break here, slow down, talk about their defenses and what they're going to do to counter Critical and Hunter. I mean, yeah, I mean, we're going to go into a break now. We'll be back in 10 minutes. And after the break, we'll discuss more about this game. Good to see you guys, and have a good break. Hey.
Gets taken down. Creed, he's on a tear right now. It looks like it could be a flawless round, but never mind. F2 takes those words right out of my mouth and shoves them back right in my face. F2 nearly gets a second flick and actually takes down Adrian. Still thinking on discount, however, takes down Pit as now F2 he's going to need to ace clutch. He gets the third, and that's Diffuser down on the floor. This does not look likely, but if anyone can do it, it is F2. He's going to swing round, takes down discount, but GNX with the swing. F2
Get all of them and oh! I saw it there. He crossfire through the hole and the angle through there. One more pushing. Will Smith right the third. Yes, he does. The first round is all on Smith. Doing insane trophies. I've got so hyped at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, 40 seconds left. 4 of these remaining attacks. They're trying something in this round, and they're still hunting down Spliz downstairs.
And discount, he goes down. It's all on Creed.
Oh, never mind. I cast cursor. My bad. Well, especially when you have the SMG11 and the shotgun like this, it definitely is very winnable. Especially when F2's not worked you wrong way, and the smoke grenade is able to take down that kill in this round. But the plant goes down. Creed, is he aware of the position? But he's going to have to try and hold this angle. But he peeks slowly, and that's going to be the end of it. Creed's one amazing clutch there.
Then instead, they're going to move into Jim. Hunter getting aggressive, Tones at the perfect time. Just to catch out discount. Sledge knocked away after shooting, went for that reload. Watch out, the pin being pulled out below. So dropping down the hatch, finds himself a double kill. Adrian pick to find a third kill. That's Thermite, that's the diffuser.
Good, I mean, Hunter. Give him the ball. Yeah, give him the ball back. To pace the ball player. That will be incredible. That will be one of the best plays. Thermite doesn't have to read it. Find one. On to 10. On the window. Go for the swing. Split's going for the pre-fire. Discount on the prime, but the 1v2, the 1v4 clutch, so winnable. All in the hands of Split. Have to go for the hatch drop. We'll have Adrian pushing up. He finds the headshot. Will he make the 1v4? He's on 1 HP though. We know the member is lower main stairs. He can give the defuse if he wants to, and he could stick it. 8 remaining. Creed will go for triple up. Stick it though. Really go for swing. Split has to find the kill, but dropping back is wasting so much time. He could possibly stick though. Creed's gonna be able to sprint up the stairs. Time's ticking. Finds the kill, but
Hello, guys. Welcome back to LFO versus Vega Esports. If you just missed the first map, we ended Oregon with a 7-2 thrashing from LFO. Now we move on to Vega Esports' map pick, which is Border, and it shouldn't be that long till we start. Both teams seem to be ready, or actually LFO doesn't seem to be ready, so we will wait for them. But anything of interest that you noticed on that very first map?
There's a lot, to be fair. LFO just dominating on the kill front. Critical, Hunter, just absolutely slamming their heads on Vega. I think Vega need to adapt to Critical this round. For this map to come into Vega's win, for Vega to win this map, they need to shut down Critical and just force all of the pressure onto Hunter and the other players for LFO. I think if Critical doesn't get as many kills for LFO, I think the support players are going to step up on the side of LFO. P13 and Zarok, the two support players, will step up for me. And I think for Border, if I'm being honest, I think it's going to be an LFO win. It probably won't be as dominant as last game. I'm going to predict a 7-3 for LFO. 1B. What do you think?
Both teams are, I mean, what do I have? Both teams, since both teams are ready, we are gonna hit straight to the map. But I will answer your question. I said it before the map even ended. If they allow LFO to get away with the stuff that they have been getting away with the whole entire match of Oregon, is going to continue on Border, and I mean, if that continues on Border, LFO will walk away with either an even more dominating win or a win that's just as dominating. This isn't their map pick, so I expect it to be a lot closer for Vega Esports. But LFO look really, really strong. They were the I can't remember. They were the champions for I can't remember the I
Last
can't
season.
remember it.
Vega.
No, I was talking about LFO. For LFO, they were the champions of the they won the Titan
Title.
League series. There it is. They won the Titan League series last time out, so they do have that experience over them. Also, being a major league team for as long as they have that experience over them. The skill gap is showing. It showed on Oregon. It could just as well show on here. The bans are interesting. We see a Twitch ban and
I do
also
like
a
it.
mute ban. I do
The
like that
Twitch
too.
the Twitch ban kind of prevents, if they don't ban Cade here, it's going to be very hard to get rid of Cade. A castle ban. Interesting. That might be to do with some strats that Vega have. I'm very interested about that castle ban, actually. I was expecting more of a Cade ban, a bandit ban, something to counter the Thatcher and the Twitch ban. But let's see what Vega do on the defense. They have the Pulse, which is they're going bathroom tellers first. So Pulse expected. They're going to go for LFO. I'm expecting to go for a top floor taking office, getting the hatch, then pushing down into lobby. The Valkyrie here is in play, so these Valk cams and intel is going to be a massive play in this game. It's going to help Vega a lot
Attackers
to
need to
pinpoint
locate and
out the
defuse as many
roamers
bombs as they can.
of when LFO go onto defense of Critical and Hunter.
Attackers have located a
Though
bomb.
I am interested in this attacking the attacks I'm seeing for the
Ying
attack
again.
of LFO Ying. Yeah, they love this Ying pick. It was Critical who was on the Ying for the most part for LFO. Now it splits with that responsibility, the attacker repick being used from LFO. They did this last time on Oregon where they used the attacker repick to their advantage, and for the most part they came out on top because of their repicks and because of how they use the attacker repicks and stuff. See Spliz now going on to the Ayana, so no gameplay
Talk
for
about
us.
Critical
Critical
on
going
the
on to the
Monty.
Monty. Yep. That is interesting. And I mean he has the hard breach utility as well, which is interesting.
Maybe a
Looks like
fancy.
they have to kill him. I don't think there's
No,
anything
that's
underneath
white.
this
That's Pro League, isn't it? Yeah, that's a full Pro League skin.
That
That's
is,
fine.
yeah, that's a good.
Talking about the Monty, it's interesting. It will be good to see what the Monty does. As they're already in workshop, they've got control. Are they going to push straight into bathroom here? The first kill
Oh,
coming out
oh.
on the way for LFO onto Oxy D. So that is the main fragger from last round for Vega gone. That is another kill from Hunter getting onto Sin. That is the smoke down. That is the late game denial for Plant. It is now a 5 versus 3. The Nitro could come in handy. If he gets the right angle on this Nitro, it could be a free kill. Avok gets the kill onto Hunter. That is Hunter down. And but Blitz is injured, so it is a 4 versus 2. Blitz is taken back up. P13 gets the kill onto Avok. Critical gets the kill onto Blitz. It's now a 4v1. K is the last guy, and Zarek gets the kill. A beautiful headshot, beautiful execution from LFO, and LFO goes 1-0 up on the attack.
Yeah, beautiful take from LFO. They knew exactly where they wanted to go, starting from the workshops area, making their way into beepers. You also had players pushing in from ventilations, workshops, and again taking that control on the more, I want to say, the more eastern side of the map, and taking control of bathroom with the Monty kind of being like the big human drone, getting intel. Um, Intimidating the defenders, pushing them back, forcing them into his teammates' own angles. They didn't even
Defenders,
have to get a
protect your
plant down
bombs from
to
being
make that work.
defused
They
by
just got
attackers.
it based off of frags, and that was good enough for them. And they, again, like I said, made that attack work without even getting the bomb down. And like I said, on a map like Border that's so frag heavy, LFO with the
Bomb
way that they
located by
played on
attackers.
Oregon could get away with a lot more than they did on Oregon, which is scary.
Now, the Monty play has been switched off to an OSA this time, which is default for this site. Is you want to push into the double wall and get an OSA shield down and play off it. The Ying as well,
10
coming
seconds
in
to
for that
insertion.
flash potential. Now, we do see Vega playing in office.
5
And is
seconds
that the
left.
main wall? Is that a head height holes on the right side of the main wall as well?
Attackers are
What
heading out to
that's an
defuse the bomb.
interesting strat coming out here from Vega. It seems like they're going to play... Have they got a shield? Yes, they got a shield from Smoke. I don't know where he's placed that shield.
Nowhere.
Oh,
Okay. There it is.
Okay, yeah, that did the default spot. Talking about kills though, Vega Blitz getting the first kill onto Hunter. That is the Thinker down. Zarek getting the refrag onto Blitz. So that is the Jaeger down and the Thinker down. A good start to the round for Vega. Critical getting a kill on, is that the Osa getting a kill onto the Smoke. So yet again, that Smoke is down. That is late game denial gone already from the side of Vega. Zarek getting a kill onto Avok. That is the alibi gone. This is looking very dire for Vega. LFO running away with this round 4v2. All they have to do now is execute onto the site. Get rid of this Melusi here. And they have the round.
Was in such a bad position, and just as he wanted to get the impact nade out, Critical is there with a nice headshot. It leaves Oxy in a 1v4 situation, P13 getting a plant down, but the rest of these LFO players are gonna be 4-man pushing them and tripping and sneezing in my ear. But LFO get that second round win in a row, and it looks like it's
In a
just
dominant
it's
fashion.
so clean, it's so nice, and we get an early. We had a timeout after 4 rounds in a row. Again, 2 rounds in a
rounds
row.
this time.
Vega Esports are taking a timeout, and I mean rightly so. It is their own map.
Yeah, I think Vega just need to reevaluate. Deal with it's Hunter now, isn't it? Just getting the kills, a Critical getting 2k that round. Vega need to reevaluate, change their strategy to play around these fraggers, kill these fraggers. I think they just need to play less aggressive. Play off the flags, play two, and one, play 2 people together so they can get the refrags off each other. I think that's the only way. They need to try and get a trade out for Hunter and Critical and then play off the rest. I think that is the only way that Vega's going to get rounds here.
Let's see. I mean, they started their round off really well. Bix getting the very first pick onto that round to Hunter. Hunter even saying that was a nice shot himself. And
Yeah.
after that, it just kind of it looked good for them. They had their early man advantage. Maybe
Attackers
if
need to
they
locate and defuse
kept
bombs.
up the aggression. I mean, even when they do keep up the aggression, LFO still find a way to shut it down anyways. So at this point, like play off of each other more, maybe play for more trades, have these players partner up with one another, etc., etc. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just
I think that's a
do
good
more
idea.
of that. I feel like.
I think it's team play is the big thing they need to do here. Just work as a team, coordinate as a team. I think that is the only way that Vega are going to get round to.
10 seconds left
LFO are
before
just
insertion.
out of the league, out of their league. We
5
do
seconds
see
left
that Ying
before
coming out
insertion.
again, but there is a Jaeger this time, so that is sort of countered
Attackers are
on the
moving
side
out
of
to locate
Vega.
bombs.
They do go top floor. They do reinforce both the double walls here. I think Blitz is going to go for a run out here. There is 2 players spawning here. He's going to wait for them to repel up.
They're gonna keep the camera?
I don't think they
Doesn't look
have
like they
shot
know the
people.
camera. Oh my god, Zara!
With
He
the
just
kill.
absolutely destroys Big. Vix wanted the early kill like he got it last round, but Zara absolutely. He just Thanos snapped this man. He just wiped him off of the face of border itself. I don't even know what the hell happened there. Just a
I think
nice
he tried
shot
to.
from
I think
him.
he tried to board the helicopter, and it just didn't
Oh.
work.
God, please.
It just didn't work. There is
It
a
was
frag
pretty,
onto
though.
critical.
Nice frag on the 2 critical. They needed that. Baby Esports not starting to run on ways. And I mean, that wasn't necessarily their fault. It was just a moment of brilliance from them. And at least they find a trade. Yeah, it was.
Zara going 6-0 right now.
Oh yeah, no, Zarak didn't. Yeah, that's crazy because I mean, any of the LFO players could pop up at any moment, and Zarak didn't have the most impressive of maps last time. There he goes again, grabbing Avon. Like I said, he didn't really have the most impressive map on Oregon. He finds himself some success on the border, but he does get quickly shut down by Toysol, who gets some with that Nitro Soul from
Attackers
below,
have located
playing
a bomb.
below with this Thunderbird. So around him his teammates do, but they're both dead. Now Hunter grabbing a double with the LMG, and that's why it needs to be nerfed. Does almost get a headshot. There you go, he finally gets it. Plant was going down, but there goes the from P13. You don't need to get a plant when you can pull off frags like that. And it is LFO 3-0 up at the moment.
I mean, the execute there, the LMG, it's OP. I mean, Zarek is playing out of his mind at the moment. I think he's 7-2 or 7-1. It's amazing. Hunter picking up the kills as well. I think the one good thing that Vega did that round is they got off early picks. Well, they got early picked on, but they traded off immediately. So Blitz got killed, and they got the kill straight back. So they at least they were starting to work together a lot more. And I think a few more rounds, or a few more like sort of
Defenders, protect your bombs
areas
from
where they
being
can prove
defused
and
by
they can start
attackers.
getting banned in LFO. But I think, as you said, Wumbi, it's not looking very likely here that Vega are going to come away with this win here.
Yeah, it's just. It's not. I don't really think it's
Attackers
like
have discovered
Vegas
the location of a
Esports. They're
bomb.
not really
No.
playing. I feel like they're not playing too badly. It's just that LFO again. They have that experience on them. LFO
Device position.
are a team that have been together for quite a while. They've been in Talent League for quite a while as a team. They've been in the major leagues. I think
5
they've been
seconds
through
remaining.
minors, the minor league before. That's how they got into the major league in the first place.
Attackers
They
heading
are
out to
the
defuse bomb.
Titan League champions from last season, and they beat out the Champion Series champions in Machine Soldiers Academy. Like they have that experience over Vega Esports, and Vega Esports they're a new team inside of Talent. They are a new team inside of Talent League. No, sorry. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, they are MDS Factory. Yeah, sorry. They're not a newer team within Talent League. That was my fault. But they don't really have that experience in Major League that LFO do have, and that suck because that bit of experience could separate both of these two teams. What am I watching? The trigger discipline, but also the missed shots from Fix is biting him in the ass, and there goes P13 to just cap him. I don't even know I was gonna compliment him on the trigger discipline because that was really good trigger discipline from him to be as patient as he was. If he would have gotten that kill on 2P13, he could have isolated Critical, and Critical had nobody else behind him. But that just sums up the game for you. And it sucks. Again, Bix being the very first kill into this round, and he's not having the best of games. Nobody on Vega Esports games. Hunter there goes another for him. He's having a really good series so far. Zerak, who's had a good move, is now down and out for the count, but everybody on LFO, like I've said before, any one of these players could have a good round. They could have a good map. It doesn't matter the series, and it is the scoreline at the moment. Nades are selling through. The push could come in from the hatch. They're making that rotation down those east side stairs. And is going out as well. The drop comes in from LFO. The fuser is in the hand of Critical. That is a nice shot from Hunter. Another kill this time for Spliz, and it leaves Koithal in the 1v4 situation. That's a nice head. Destroying that man. It's another headshot from him. P13. Fusel is still down, so he has to not only worry about that, but also the two players, Spliz and Critical, the Monty and the Buck. The Buck is going to be the first player that he gets into a gunfight with, but the Monty is going to be the one that slows down, and it is going to be the object of distraction like it is now. It's just distracting him like a big shiny object. Spliz is just playing so far back. He's letting Critical deal with it. He has that much confidence in his teammate. And there goes the P3 kill anyway, and it is LFO to go 4-0 up.
That movement from the Monty, just waving about, just playing with Vega right now. I'm shocked. I mean, LFO getting that vertical control almost immediately, but Bix, I mean, the trigger discipline was good, but you just need to hit your shots. I think he was 1 second or a millisecond too late on that trigger pull. If he would have pulled it a millisecond earlier, I think he would have got the headshot onto P13. And that round would have been very different because Monty was all by himself, would have been trapped in the corner, and they wouldn't have got vertical play as quick as LFO did. 4-0 though. Will we? I think it's either going to be a 6-0 or a 5-1. Are we going to have a repeat of the last map is what I'm thinking. They've gone to the exact same site that they just went to, even though it was, I think it was, they had 3 people up in the end. So it's interesting to see how their strategy will change. Well, I'm predicting, what I think Vega should do for this is go top floor. Have more of a top floor presence, play in office,
10 seconds left
just because we know that Critical and P13 like to push up top floor, like to get vertical control. We know LFO from last round play vertical a lot more. Yeah, I mean, they're playing office here, 3 men up top, Malusi's. I feel like this might be a different round. It all depends if Vega can hit their shots one bit.
I don't know. I feel really bad for Vega Esports because I said it before. It's not really that they're playing bad at the moment. It's just the fact that LFO are just like they're better and they have that experience over them. And I feel bad because I don't want this to tank their mentals. I don't want them to like take this loss in like a bad way to the point where it like affects their whole season. Because it is LFO, and LFO are like one of the top dogs. And they take you have to be like a more experienced team to beat them. You have to be a Machine Soldiers Academy or even just a QBG. But Hunter is getting the first pick into this round very early on. Here comes the swing from Koithal, not grabbing one, but he gets killed himself. And Critical with the pistol whip does find that control on the top floor where Koithal just was. Here comes a trade though from Sinji. Elsewhere, the utility being used from the T onto that hatch.
Bomb located by attackers.
Out that hatch so that they can put the angle or some type of way into the site. Shinji's trying
It has
to
to slow down.
desperately find himself a kill, and yet I feel like they need to slow down. Blizz, though, does find that trade, and it does to a 4v2 situation.
Nice kill, nice kill. That's a good start. They have slowed down a lot here. They do bring it to a 3 versus 2. Make that a 2 versus 2. The flank coming out of Shinji here. Splits is trying to get this refrag here, but he's still focused on that vertical play. Critical needs to go down for a plant here. They need to notice that both of the two players are off-site here. Managing to get the kill, Splits does, onto the vertical player. It's now a 2 versus 1. Critical will be going for the plant here. Do they know that the player is in workshop? There is a rotate. Will they be able to kill Critical here? Shinji, all he needs to do is kill Critical and watch out for the vertical play from the Book. Let's see what will happen. Book is still on the vertical play. And Critical is droning. Shinji just trying to... He hears the Legion trap. He knows he's in bathroom. He's trying to look through the drone. But Buck will be looking through the vertical holes, and Buck gets the kill from the hatch. Beautiful clutch out, and just execute from LFO there, putting them 5-0 up in this game. Such a good round there. I thought Vega could pull it back when going 2v2, but the vertical play was just too strong there, wouldn't be?
Yeah. Again, I feel really bad for Vega Esports. I do, because it is this does not bode well for the mental at all. But like LFO 5-0 up, they're on a high. They're absolutely taking this match. They're taking the whole series by like the neck. They're strangling it by now. They're strangling the whole series. That's how dominant they've been. But anyways, I feel like I do really
Defenders,
feel
protect
for
your
Vega
bombs from being
Esports.
defused by
Because
attackers.
It's a tough
shouldn't.
draw.
Yeah, it's. I hope again, like I said, this shouldn't really discourage them for the rest of the season. It is a loss is a loss, and you can feel some type of way about a loss. But when they watch this VOD back, they've had some positive moments. Like Shinji has had some good moments on this map. Bix had he does have 1 kill, but he had like a
Oxy on last map as
spawn
well.
kill. Oxy had like a really good first map. You're right. He had some really good clutch
10
moments
seconds to
of
go.
his own. And so when
And
they watch
ace
this
as well.
VOD back, yeah, and so when they watch this
5
VOD
seconds
back,
left
they'll
before
be
insertion.
just like a lot, like some positives. There are a lot of negatives they can take away from this
Attackers'
game,
objective
where
is
they
to
can go
locate
back to the
bombs.
drawing board, go again, fix their mistakes, and be like, oh, okay, this is where we screwed up. Let's work on that on not only this map but maybe other maps, because a lot of the mistakes I'm seeing, this is not only
Defender is
applicable
exposed.
to like Border and Oregon, it's applicable to every single map.
Do you know what I saw before the round started? Every single player from LFO using attacker repick.
Yeah, they've been using the attacker repick the whole entire
A
game, and
lot.
they've been using it well.
It
Like,
has
they've-
to be as well.
They've like the Ying pick from I think Liz. It happened on this map. He 6 picked off of that on to I think it was Ayana, just to substitute
Yes,
for
it
those
was Ayana.
nades. And they did that a couple of times where I think Critical like 6 picked off of one operator onto Ying as well. The first kill going into Vega Esports' favor. They do get that first frag, and for the most part in like the last few rounds, it hasn't been LFO to get the first frag each and every round. Vega Esports have found some good success in the early round situations. Critical is crouch walking in sight with the shield up. He does get killed by Koithal. Bix is down. So LFO do have some type of something to work with at the moment. Xerac is very low on HP though, and this looks very good for Vega Esports. So once again, like we did on Oregon, we could end up on a 5-1 half. That's
no.
a very weird peak from Oxy, but he had no choice. The sprays were coming through from Xerac anyway. I felt like that was very uneven from Oxy to do that, to just run and try and help his teammate. I feel like Bix was already lost once Xerac started shooting at him in the first place. And I felt like they could have waited until LFO got a little bit greedy, got a little bit impatient themselves to just push into fight in the first place. They had that man advantage. They have the map control because LFO don't have that. They didn't have a single kill up until Oxy just died. So that was a bit weird for me. But again, a 5-0 lead, 3v3, either one of these teams could win it.
It does pull it back into towards LFO's favour because they do have the health advantage now. Just slightly. Not anymore now, though, with that beautiful Nitro. P13 getting a kill. It's now a 2 versus 2. It's P13, Hunter, the Thermite, and the Glaz versus the Melusi and the Jaeger. Health advantage is for LFO. Let's see how this plays out. P13 is in the site. They do have site control. Let's see how Melusi will play this. Getting a beautiful kill, beautiful headshot onto Hunter. It's now a 1 versus 2. Health advantage is still in LFO's favour, so this could go any way. LFO gets the kill. He's 1 health. It's a 1v1. Avoc versus P13. What will he do? Go for the plant, or will he go for the frag? Jaeger's pushing around. There's 2 seconds left. 1 second left. Flag goes down. P13 gets the kill. LFO has won the round. What? Jaeger was a second too late. If Jaeger had run a second before, that would have been Vega's round. Oh my god. What a round, Wumby. I think Wumby's dead. I think he's just shocked. The outcome of that map. The outcome of that round. Wumby's gone. He's disappeared.
You know, what the hell? What is... Yeah.
What would you have done as Jaeger in that round? In that 1v1 situation, low health, you know the Thermite's on low health. What would you have done, Wumby?
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
It's a tricky situation. I mean, I felt like he could have pushed sooner, or maybe waited.
I was actually surprised at what the Thermite did, going for the
Yeah,
plant.
I can't believe I thought P13 would have been a bit aggressive. I felt like there's not a lot that the Jaeger could have done. That's just
No.
and that's not even. I said the whole match that it's like LFO just being like a lot more experienced. That wasn't even just experience. That was just a rookie. P13 was on lower HP than the Jaeger. I don't really know. I just think that at the moment Vega Esports' mental are just lost. They've completely lost it, and it's just that last round proved it. I don't know. I don't know if it was down to just mentals or whatever, but that is just, you know, it's a complete brain melt.
Attackers have located
We're
a bomb.
melting completely.
This could be a flawless here on the side of LFO, and with this flawless, that would see them top of the table based on matches, based on rounds won. So I think for LFO to have this sort of lead, I mean, the first game was 7-2, and this game's going to be, well, it's not finished yet. We never know. Vega could come for the comeback. Who knows? 8-7 comeback for Vega Esports.
Oh,
Getting the draw, as I predicted before.
Nah, bro, cut his mic, freaking. Cut his mic.
Do I want to hold you to that again? I mean, it didn't turn out well for me last time. Maybe Vega are just amazing at attacking. Talking about that, LFO already 1 man down. Blix gets the kill with the IQ. It's changing already. Never mind.
Okay,
Hunter
there goes
with
a
the
quick
kill.
trade from Hunter onto Koithal, and it takes away the Nomad. So I don't know if they set. I'm pretty sure by this point the air jabs have already been set. So maybe not a lot of jump outs or flanks to worry about. Here comes a push from the. Oh my God! Are you kidding me, Critical? He baited him into that too. So smart. That was so smart from him. But I can't believe Stingy fell for that. I can't believe. It's a nice kill from Critical, don't get me wrong, but he's completely big brain stingy, bro. 100 IQ plus this man. He mind freaked, did he? But again, it's the I don't know what that was.
It's the mindset.
He just completely screwed him. But a 4v3 man advantage for LFO and Vega Esports are playing up for the most part. Even if they do get this round, they have 5 of the round. I feel like that's way too much to ask. Xerac does get lit up from the
What?
frag grenade
Blix
getting
just
thrown from
runs
below.
in.
Bix is shooting inside, and he grabs two. It's a triple going around from him. He does finally get shot by hundreds, and the two piece from him could have grabbed a double, but LFO somehow win that round off of the skin of their teeth, and it is a flawless victory and a flawless series from this.
What? LFO? Vega, IQ just runs in for the start. Bix just runs in and gets a triple. I mean, in office, gets a double, gets traded back out, and it's just over. LFO just nearly gets a triple kill with one mag there. I'm shocked, Wummy. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what to say about that game.
I don't think we have an interview.
No.
We don't have an interview, so I mean, there's not really. I feel like there's not really a lot to say about that. I said it. It was just a 2-0 thrashing on both maps from LFO, and that experience that they do have over the former MDS Factory roster, Vega Esports, just showed throughout this whole matchup. A lot of the movements that we saw from LFO against Vega Esports was almost flawless, but Vega Esports just let them get away with a lot of stuff as well.
I mean, if you had to, what was the best round of that map? That is the thing.
The best round.
Yeah.
Uh, quit off.
That die.
That's a hard one. I feel like I don't know. That last round took the cake, or even the P13 one where he just swung out of nothing. Um,
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know what happened.
Apparently we do have an interview. So okay, maybe we'll wait for the interview. But yeah, I think that last round or even the P13 round when Jaeger was just about to peek him and kill him, those two rounds took it for me. Like,
Right, I'm back.
but it looks like we do have an interview from somebody from the side of the LFO roster. KO, I believe this is the coach.
Yes, it's the coach.
Hello.
Oh, how are you?
I'm pretty fine. How are you?
I'm all right. So I guess my first question was how. I mean, it's a generic question. How does this win feel?
It feels very good. We had no scrims the last 5 days, I guess, uh, because of private issues, and we played today 2 warm-ups. It didn't went well, so we thought, come, let's play this shit, and yeah, see what's happening, and we win, and it's good. I didn't expect any else, so.
I mean,
I
fair
guess
enough.
that would. How was? I mean, the last game you absolutely dominated. I mean, both games you absolutely dominated. But how does it feel to 7-0 the last game on their map?
We said we think they want to force us on the border because it's a new map, and maybe we don't scrimp them a lot or train them a lot. But border was the most scrimped map for us the last month. So yeah, we feel really confident. The castle bun was a little bit bad for us because it's countered a few strats, but the attack was flawless. The defense was good. So yeah, win is win, and it feels pretty good to beat the team on the enemy pick.
So, I did have a question that I was very curious about. I saw some pretty well, not really unique operator picks, but like I guess like interesting ones. The Monty pick being a more prevalent one on border. We didn't see you guys pick Monty on Oregon, and I wanted to really know was Monty more of like a key pick on border, or is he like more situational for you guys? I don't know if that makes sense.
I guess it was just a test.
That's
Do it work or doesn't it work? Um, we have a lot of scrims with many shield operators in the last time, and we want to try something new, and it worked.
awesome.
It was
Yeah,
just let's try it out. If it's good, it's good. If not, it's not.
yeah. The also
I mean,
pick paired with the Monty pick was like I felt like really key to a lot of those matches. Mainly the Monty pick, especially on that round. Critical was just dancing around with one of the Vega players. That round was actually really dumb, but he his movement with the Monty was just ridiculously good. But that round was really dumb.
The last voice comm he had before you get the kill in bathroom
Mhm.
or the toilets was scream like a little girl.
Oh,
It was pretty funny, but hey,
oh dear.
he's a decent player on shield operators, so
yeah,
why don't? So
yeah,
you can scream like a little girl. It's okay. It's totally fine.
yeah. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah.
I mean, we saw you use attacker repick quite a lot of times. I mean, there was one round where you went from the operator screen, you completely changed your entire lineup. Is that something that you as a coach made the
Nah,
decision, or was that the
nah, it's a team
players,
decision. It's a
the
team
team
decision. More
decisions?
the players than I. Um, it's the first time I guess where we really saw uh, the strats of the opponent, and so we just decide to change the whole attacker lineup and try something different because we don't want to play every time on the strats on opponents. So we want just comfort, do a little more comfort for us. It was a very brilliant call of Critical and Zarek.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
those critical, would you say critical is your IGL?
Yes, of course.
Yes, yes, of course.
The best man I ever had on this position.
That's good. It's good to have a key IGL role playing in a team.
Yes. I guess a few rounds on border was a little bit close or lucky. Like the
The sixth round, definitely.
yeah, like the six like the 1-on-1 with Thermite and Jaeger. But uh, Critical said in the plant position, bro, you got this, and he got it. So hey, was really amazing, and the feelings in the team was great, and yeah, this was really good.
I don't have any more questions. Wumbi, if you have any more, I'm happy.
Mm, no, I'm excited to see how you guys do this season because I know last season there were like a lot of like issues,
Six
but
draws, six
yeah,
draws,
yeah,
undefeated in the season, but six draws.
yeah. I mean, hopefully this is a much more consistent season for you guys, and I mean you're off to a good start. So congratulations on the win, and hopefully you
Thank you.
guys will find the success that you want this season.
I hope so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Yes, that is the end of the interview. We'll be back tomorrow at 18:45 CST for. Is tomorrow's game on or no? It's Thursday for Thursday's game. Ignore me. Come back at 18:45 CST for the maps on Thursday. I'm Pyro, and it's good
One
to see
B.
you guys. And thank you for watching Talent League.
Yeah.